What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the semifinals press conference. This is a good one. Thank you guys for coming out. Chris, thank you for coming on behalf of Up the Hill. For those that don't know, this is Up the Hill's business partner, Chris. He'll be stepping in today.
How you doing?
So if any fights break out, he's also trained, just like Up the Hill, but we're going to try to keep it clean today. Dude, first of all, before we get going, congrats on making the Final Four of the biggest bag in cannabis competition history, as well as the most competitive.
Yeah, let's be
in
honest,
history,
though,
dude.
every thing that was entered was head stash. So
Straight
for
up.
you guys to make it this far already is a huge feat. It just shows that you guys fucking entered some serious fire.
Yeah, no, 100%. And thank you for trusting us.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to do our fucking respects to this and make the right decision. Unless B-Eazy's up, then we're going to rig it.
No,
But
I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed.
hell yeah.
That was humble. That was humble.
For everybody in the chat that's watching, if you are in media or anything like that, you have a good question, type it out in the comments. We have Monica checking out the questions. If it's a dope one, she'll stop us and ask it. I have some questions here as well. And we also have on our story, we posted some questions for people to submit. So we're going to be bouncing around a little bit. But before we get on, you got on right at the end of the last press conference. And I didn't get to ask you a couple things that we asked last time. And this is a big one that I like to ask. What is the dream bracket if you could make a dream bracket?
This is a nice one right now, but I'd have to say the homie bracket be like Doja, Green Dog, Connected, Alien, Blueprint.
Criteria being the homies?
Yeah.
Okay.
NorCal love.
Need to prove something.
Straight NorCal love, straight the bias bracket.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Okay. And then, I want to touch on this too, because it's a hot topic. Speaking of the NorCal love, last time B-Eazy, you feel like you got robbed on the MLZ, on the Z bracket with the zebras.
Statement. I think the zebras.
I think it's a quote.
I think it was a direct quote.
But you said you had it later, right?
Yeah.
And so was it the batch? Where'd you get it? When did you try it? Because I had it later and it wasn't quite the same.
Was it the rounds out?
That's when I had it.
Sense?
Yeah.
That's
Does
what I
that
had.
make sense?
No one had the
batch.
competition.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the same
That's the thing.
batch.
So
Nobody had that.
That makes sense.
Tell
Like
us about
Olympics
that.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a unicorn batch. It was only like 2
Yeah.
zips. So it was me and the team who had the batch.
Right.
I've heard the same thing. There's a lot of batches out there that aren't up to that standard. Still to this day, that's the best batch of
for
all
sure.
time MLZ.
Yep.
So you haven't had that batch.
Right.
So that was just.
What's funny? I feel like your first batch of Guz was damn near the best batch. I mean, I would have to put him side.
That's what happened.
Gus.
No, the Gus, the first
the
Gus that we had.
tester batch that won you the $20,000 grand prize.
Yep.
That sealed the deal in that high roller Zool.
That was just like a fucking light, too.
Something
That was
about
just
those
the
tester
first time I
batches.
ever
'Cause
ran it.
look, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the reason why you only had 2
No, I
zips was
believe
that was the tester batch of mixed light,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
100%. On the
think that
phenos,
was
that
on
happens all the
Cat
time.
Front,
is We'll pheno hunt something, we'll choose something, and then it's amazing on the tester batch. We put it in production. It's not it.
Yeah.
It's like not as good.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
that
trip.
happens a lot, unfortunately.
So what are the nerves like now? You guys are meeting again in the semis. It's another high rollers. This time it's 6 figures, not 5. And you got the MLZ again. We'll start with you. What's it like going up against Dave's MLZ once again?
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't really care about the money. Not to say it like in a bad way, like in a cocky way. Like, I just like to compete. Like, you feel me? Like, the money's obviously a great bonus, but I just, just like he feels the MLZ is the best and they feel their strains are the best. I feel like Gus is the best. So to see it win makes me happy on a personal level, especially since I selected it. And to see it lose would also hurt is equally on a
The
personal
pride
level.
is the main factor.
Yeah,
though. It's
the
the
pride.
pride.
We're just
I
talking
don't
about
want the
that.
money, but like
Yeah.
there's a level of pride attached to the strain for me from everything that, it's such a new strain. I mean, I feel like Jamie was in my office with the phenos. Like it was right after the Olympics. So what
Especially
was that?
the
March?
story behind the strain.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
there's
10
a few people that
yeah,
what you
10
said
months.
We have
had
it in the
access
studio
and
here.
didn't pass
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Should we show
And
them
then-
to the people?
Yes, please.
Real quick, we got a
Gus is
question
here.
from the chat. Let's hear it.
Is there anyone that you guys thought you'd be seeing in the top 4 here today who are not here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Scott.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
If
thought I
so,
saw
who?
that.
I know.
Growing pains and wizard trees right out the
I
gate.
thought I'd see
Yeah.
Wizard.
You know?
I thought
Yeah.
Scott would be here.
Gus saying hi.
I mean, Gotti, Blueprint,
Yeah.
like
But that's the thing with these brackets. Like everybody's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And like you could sit, I mean, I think we all would sit here and say we thought Wizard Trees would be there, but it's not going to line up like that if he's on one side, Wizard Trees. Eventually you run into each other. And,
Right.
yeah, maybe you beat him, maybe you don't beat him.
The
but
throne
when
is
you-
ever shifting.
That's the whole, excuse me, that's the point of bracket style battles. Like, you know, it's like you see upsets early and you
I
never
predicted
get
him to
see them in
beat
the finals.
the MLZ. Honestly, that's
It's any given Sunday.
yeah.
You had
Comes
Thank
down
you,
to
yeah.
it, and
you
it's
had the
back to
best
back.
approach in my opinion, and like the best little quote when we were talking about moving things around and pivoting in the early matches. And you were said in the group chat, you were like, does it really fucking matter? I got to beat everybody to win anyway. And I was just like, that's the fucking attitude to have, dude. Like at the end of the day, who fucking cares? You got to beat everybody to win.
100%.
Everybody was down to go against anybody. I got to ask you, bro. The mixed light Z is undefeated right now in competition. What would it be like to, of all people, lose to the infamous Guz from B-Eazy? Select, not even QC'd, just thrown in there. What would that be like?
I can't
Not
even
even
picture it. It's not gonna happen.
And let me just say this: the
Even
Mixed
Gus
Light Z
knows.
Flower and Rosin
crying.
are undefeated.
That's true. Right now, it's in the semifinals. I will say though, it's got a big fucking task ahead with
It does.
Nacho Melts,
It
bro.
does. Nacho Melts.
That
that's
Nacho Melts is unreal.
crazy
Yeah.
shit.
It's unreal.
KIB though. Shout out. KIB.
Yeah, dude. Shout
Yeah.
out keeping it bubbling, dude.
Yeah.
That's historically our favorite
Yeah.
hash maker. So, no, that's sick.
That he does your, or was the other one?
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, he did that.
He makes
last
his-
year.
Yeah.
Fire.
So, dude, I got to ask each of you this. Actually, we'll start with Ball. If not you, who do you think is taking this?
That's a good question. I really don't know. You know, I haven't smoked the Guz, I haven't smoked the Mixed Light Z, and I haven't smoked the Zith. So, I mean, I'm just honored to be here. I mean, I'll be honest. You're talking to these guys about this. I didn't personally think I would be here, right? Zach, actually, Hood is the one that pressed me to put this batch in. You know,
Oh,
this
yeah.
batch
You,
was
dude.
this batch was gone. You know
Whoever
what I'm
he
saying?
is,
Like,
give him a raise.
yeah.
It's really kind of the dark
he
horse
right
of the
there.
bracket
He
right
right
now.
there.
Jack, the homie.
You know what I
Good
mean?
choice, bro. That blue for you is fucking so.
Yeah, it was
Shout out Hood, baby.
Good
we
choice, dude.
we were smoking some other things, and he was like, these things aren't really smoking, you know. And he asked, and one of my other boys, shout out to my boy West Coast Ali, they both like, where's that blue for you? And I'm like, it's gone. That's gone. And they're like, no, you need to get it back. So I called someone to get 1 pound back. Like I literally went and got 1 pound back of it,
That's
and
so
it's
funny.
it's coming out of that batch. So
Let's go.
I don't know, you know, which one of them is gonna win. You know what I mean? If not us, I at this point, like as far as we've gotten, I'm like, oh, we're gonna fucking win now, because I thought I had a tall task with LA Family. You know, I was pissed off I had to go against Joe again
Yeah,
for the
straight up.
rematch. So when we tapped
I
that,
thought you were
ass-
cooked, bro.
yeah, when we built that ass, I'm like, oh, we got to actually shot to win this motherfucker.
Yeah,
So
straight up.
I think it's gonna be us.
100%. Real quick before we carry on to ask you, through another question from the chat. Let's hear it.
Are there any brands you guys would like to see in the bracket or in the next High Rollers bracket
Tenko.
who have yet to compete?
Doja Pack. Doja Pack.
Tenko.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
high rollers
Tenko.
specifically, or just in general?
High rollers.
High rollers.
In the High Rollers bracket?
Tenko.
And Doja. Of course.
Tenko almost
Tenko,
called you
Doja.
out to 100K duel. I
Almost.
think his business partner talked some sense into him and
Only
was like,
counts in
nope.
horseshoes and hand grenades.
But he is coming. He is coming back February. He put out the message to the internet. I hit him up. He confirmed. He's like, everybody can get the smoke. Wizard, whoever.
No, Wizard gets
Uh,
first crack. He deserves. He wants it.
You know, yeah. And just with the Tide and the Blues, you know.
And by the way, I'm not talking trash. I respect him. I want to go against him because
Yeah.
I respect him. Like,
No,
you feel
100%.
me? Like I just, again, I like to compete. It's just a notch on the resume. Like
Mhm.
I beat Dave, I beat Scott, or I beat Stacks. Like it's just
Yeah.
competition. Like to me, I
100%.
just love it.
Growing Pains is now
Mhm.
on that, and that's wild.
Right.
I will say somebody I would have liked to see who was on the edge. He said, I'm 95% in. I have something to compete, and then didn't. I don't know what happened last minute, but I would love to see the recent champion, Green Dog.
Green Dog back in.
He
Yeah,
had
Green
something
Dog.
he was ready to put in. We were hyped. He sounded really confident in it. I'd love to see him in the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Green,
no, for
Green
sure.
Dog is gonna fire for sure.
Dude, that dog walker it would have outsmoked a lot of Z.
That dog
You know?
walker
It was mouth coating.
top two gases that we had last year for sure.
100%. It would have to go side by side with the
With the
Yacht Club's
yeah.
OG.
for
Yeah,
sure.
that was unreal.
I might want to call that out. You know, LaRusso will be ready. in a few weeks, so I might want to call that out.
Okay. What is the LaRusso? What is that?
LaRusso is GMO times something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight from
Something,
the
something
seed of
funky.
What about,
GMOs
the other
What's
Yeah.
the blue Foria? That's a
Who's the guy
glitter
who got
bomb
that
cross.
really good
Yeah,
seed?
it's a glitter.
Oh, Woodsy. What
It's a
about
run
Woodsy?
S1. Yeah,
Damn.
it's a glitter
Okay.
bomb times
Like,
S1.
Woodwide
He's a
has
winner, right?
he has a high roll.
Winner.
He has a high rollers. He's competed in high rollers.
he is.
The $2,000 entry, 14K grand prize. He won that with the Woodsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has like
I'm just thinking
4
of past
batches.
winners that
He's
perform.
hyper attentive to when his weed doesn't smoke. And
That's
so
real.
like when I just talked to him recently, he was just like, I just haven't been impressed with
Because I
any of the
seen that
batches
like
lately.
however many months ago in a jar, and I was like, "Oh, this is fire."
Yeah.
Like, so I thought, I don't say that often.
It's
but this is
definitely
fire.
like, I mean, next to Wizard, I believe we gave him an honorable mention for most consistent throughout the year. I mean, obviously
He was
Wizard
definitely
took
on there.
MVP, but
4 or 5 batches
5
straight.
batches,
Yeah.
different
Super
batches
fire.
of fire is like, dude, that's hard to accomplish.
Mhm. No, for sure. I think that's most of the names. I mean, I would love to see Loud Packs J compete.
Mhm.
He's getting real loud in all the comments. He's saying loud smoke or no smoke. I forgot what the riddle is, but right now it's just no smoke. There's just no smoke.
You know who else I'd like to see in?
But here's the thing: he's taking the approach of like, I'll watch from the box suite. I'm too good to compete with these guys. No, you're not. Yeah. just pull up. You can't be talking. These aren't just he's like, oh, the white labelers and this and that, bro. Our top 10 is 9 growers and 1 white labeler up the hill who also grows.
I'm trying to crack
So,
that top 10, by the way, and be the only.
Wizard-
white
You're
label
11 right now.
who does not grow.
Wizard
at
said
all.
it best. He's like, if you think you have the best weed and you're not competing in this competition, you
1000%.
simply
You
don't.
don't.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's
simple.
and look, respect to Loud Packs J. I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just keeping it real. If you're gonna be like box suite, I'm too good to compete. Just don't be in the comments talking about my smoke or no
Right,
smoke. Just
right.
mind your business then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got another chat comment here.
We've got a few rapid fire questions here.
Okay.
The
Oh,
chat's
boom.
picking up. First one is for B-Eazy specifically. This
Hold
question keeps on coming up. A lot of people want to know, will we be seeing any rosin from you, specifically Guz rosin?
Specifically, what?
He just entered
Rosin.
the
Guz
Z
rosin.
rosin.
Well, yeah,
Zero.
I have Z rosin. That's just a super expensive. Fucking people don't want.
Yeah,
buy it.
the yields aren't nice on
It's
those.
super expensive. But yes, you will see Gus rosin this year
Let's go.
Shit.
Let's
in the
go.
first quarter, hopefully.
Nice.
Maybe April, but aiming for the first quarter.
Let's go.
Bet.
Second question is for Up the Hill.
All right,
Is
let's
it
get it.
just Z-Pie?
No, it's actually a different type of cut. So it's more of a Georgia pie leaning, I'd say. Super unique. It's one of those ones that you hit it, you look at it right after you hit it, and you're like, wow, every single time.
That's a good description of it. That's
That is
exactly what it
that's
every
our
time.
favorite shit. When I hit something and I have to look at it,
There's no words. No
yeah,
words.
you're just like,
wow.
the fuck am I smoking?
Exactly. Like, what the
It's
fuck
it's
is
heavier
Yeah.
than most like Georgia Pie Z that I've tried. It's like
it? For sure.
yeah, it's a
I
full
come
body.
across a lot of Georgia Pie Z, and this is
Mhm.
nothing like any GPZ I've ever tried.
It's
Yeah.
very
This is
unique for
real
sure.
fire.
100%.
The Georgia pie does
I gotta
wonders.
see that one. Yeah.
Is there more rapid fires?
Last one is for everyone.
Okay.
If you had to replace your spot with someone else in the bracket, who would you choose to take your spot?
I have a spin on that question that I think would make more sense. We have a salad tossing bracket coming up. You got to choose one grower on the whole in the whole game that you have to 50-50 on a salad with. Who's it gonna be? You gun to your head. You got to choose somebody.
You don't know
Wish
the
list type
batch. You
shit.
don't know the batch yet or anything. You just have to go on trust of that grower.
Straight up. We'll start here with Dave.
I'm gonna go with Doja this round. Now that he's got his own farm,
From
his
what
outdoor was
facility?
smoking actually.
Oh, he has his own
Yeah,
farm.
his outdoor was
he has a
smoking.
big-
He's got
No
his own
way.
farm, Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So going Doja's outdoor.
I'll go Doja. Yeah.
Wow, that's epic.
It should look fire too on the story.
fire.
It looks
And then-
super fire.
And then which roller? Because keep in mind, the salad tossing bracket is a roller double grower bracket.
Like
well, it's
Mike-
not a confirmed,
like Mike,
but
not even a question.
Yeah,
yep. Okay. Okay.
I'm going LA family. We're gonna keep it family matters.
love it.
Okay. No more
Love
Family
that.
Feud,
Yeah, yeah.
Family
It's
Affair
gonna go-
now.
Yeah, it's family affair
Love
now.
that.
So I'll go with Joe, and then I'll probably go with Lil Booty Rose.
Okay.
Lil Booty Rose.
She's been fucking around
Yeah,
with
she
the
been
rolls. I
fucking
see her
around.
putting in work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she gets busy.
Yep. I'm probably gonna have to follow up with you and go with LA Family Farms. Joe's gave us some bangers this year. some
Rock, paper,
absolute
scissors,
bangers for
actually.
some drops. And for rolls, I think I'm gonna have to go with Twist and Terps.
Former champion.
They
Yeah.
put in, they did some firework for us earlier this
10K
year.
winner.
So
He was
that's
just
probably
at my
what I have to
office
go
2
with for the
seconds ago.
roller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twist and Terps does fucking good, does big things when it comes to the
Yeah.
He went into the Hashwell bracket in April, and first round was up against Sturt.
Yeah.
Sir
Mhm.
Doinks, and he won 3 straight rounds against Sir Doinks, every category.
Lance on Lance.
Like literally,
Mhm.
that was the most fire hash hole of the year. And honestly, we should have made an award for that.
It was the Lance.
I think we will.
It was the
We'll
Lance
make a
flour,
label.
and then it was the Lance fucking Piatella.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
Lance on Lance.
No,
It
that was
fucking
incredible.
Crazy candy flavor.
I don't grow, but I would pick wizardries
Yeah.
immediately. Like I see Gus Tidebanger doing insane things.
That would be a cool, because they're
Insane
kind of
numbers.
similar.
That's all right.
Like different but similar. They have like
Mhm.
a strong blueberry to them, but like a thickness behind them
And
as
then,
well.
like he just said, and you guys just said, Twist and Terps, the homie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all day, every day. He's the only
Okay.
person allowed to roll B-Eazy.
Now, you know what's interesting about the salad tossing bracket, right? You can't, like one roller can't work with 2 teams. So the roller has to choose. LA Family
Same
Farms
thing
has
with,
to
same thing
choose
with brands
between
too.
you
Yeah,
two.
brands. Yeah, LA would have
So
to
it's gonna get
choose who he's
interesting.
working with.
No pressure.
Yeah. Right?
But that's what makes it so interesting is we get to see who, like everybody's
Like,
handing
who
out
fucks with
compliments
who?
all
Yeah,
over,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, but who
But when
really
it comes
fucks
down
with
to
who?
it,
When it
Yeah.
comes down to
Who
you
you
have to
choose.
try to take a bag. Who are you really going to be?
Yeah,
Like, all right,
yeah,
come on,
dude.
let's go do this.
Yeah.
when it's all on the line, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of not growing, what do you have to say? Let's just put it out there. So you're not smoking anymore. You're not growing. You have some of the best smoking shit in the game. And just straight up historically speaking, I mean, you're on like a 4 fight win streak right now.
Mhm.
Multiple different strains.
Mhm.
What do you got to say to him, bro?
I'm like Rain Man, bro. It's just a gift. It's just a gift. I don't know, bro. It's fire. Like, I don't know. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated.
Right.
Like, in my opinion, like I can look at it and be like, yo, this is fire. Like, it doesn't need to be overcomplicated.
Rain Man practically
Yeah.
bankrupt the casino.
Well, but you know, it's not like you're just throwing shit in bags either. I mean, how many QC guys do you have on your team running through shit?
In the last 2 months, 0.
0.
Yeah.
You're
How's
just
I'm gonna
slinging
tell you
dick
something
blind.
right now, right? Because I don't think people believe me. How's this? There's not one person in my office who smokes.
No way.
Not one person.
Wait, so
in my
your
office
QC
smokes.
team.
So how are these? So I'm sorry. Yeah, I have more questions than now. So
Okay, yeah.
how is your selection process
Because
going?
it's not. I think
Are
people overcomplicate things.
So are you going based on look and smell and texture? Or
Are you trusting the
or
grower?
do you have somebody that's actually
that for sure?
Just putting out whatever.
No,
it grows.
it's just like I run 5 strains in
Okay.
theory, right? Gus is one of them. I've smoked elusives. Gus, I took 5 hits of it in my entire life, and I thought I was dying. Other than that was when I smoked the selections from Jamie when he grew it. Other than, Zebras, obviously I smoked a bunch of times. It's like, it's fire, bro. Like the whole batch to batch. Yeah, okay, sure, it's fire. And
that takes some balls in a competition with shit on the line.
and then the other strains, they're just terpy, bro. They smoke. I know they smoke. I've submitted them on the show.
The
other
loose has
one-
been pretty consistent. For
Parrot
sure.
won versus the other homie in that 2 out of 3. Parrot won the second round. Gus won the third round. I don't know. I think people overcomplicate things. Like if it's fire, like
That's
I
a
don't
new
know.
outlook. This whole time I thought you had like a team of 4 dudes
No.
straight hustling.
Yeah, I thought you had Twist and
I
Terps and a
took
few other
I took a
people.
break the last 2 months
Absolutely.
because I was just moving some things around. But yes, Austin, Twist and Terps is my guy. Like
Yeah.
he's on payroll. He just left my office 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
I gave him some jars to smoke, including
He's there to be like, hey, don't put this one out, basically.
yeah, and sometimes I still put it out.
Okay. Oh, nice. You heard it here first. He's still putting it out.
Okay, first of all, he's fucking mad picky. So if he's like, oh, this is the 8, it's really a 9.5 to other people.
Yeah.
Like
That's how it is with us. People say that
right,
about us all the time.
Mhm.
I don't
That's
know.
true. So
And I let the people QC it. What are you gonna do? Say it's mids? Okay, that's fine. The next strain will be out next week. Like I'm just.
hey, fair enough. If it's working,
I have that benefit
It's
as
working.
a white labeler.
Yeah.
I'm not tied to anything because I don't grow.
Mhm.
I don't have money invested into this grow other than Gus.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say this. We didn't have, it was really just, me, Zach, Brendan, who was our head of sales at first. And then when the Olympics came out this year and we didn't fucking make it, then I got on and I hired 8.
8.
So I have 8.
I was
now.
just gonna ask. So, what is your QC process like? Break it down for us. What's the?
So normally we'll get it for the past couple months. We would get it. Me, Zach, and Keegan, we would step out, go outside and we, they'd roll up a 2 gram and we blow it and we sit around and blow it and we smoke back to back because we now QC just how you guys have taught us to QC.
So
So we'll
side by
pick-
side.
yes,
Become the standard.
it's
I
side
see
by
Wizard
side.
Trees do
It's
it
side,
too.
we now used to do that shit before, but now we do that. It's side by side and we smoke. And so normally we did a pretty good job, So this year when we did our entry, it was right around the time of the winner's flight entry. We all had to like submit stuff at that time. So at that moment, we submitted something that we won another competition with, and the motherfucker didn't make it. So when the shit came out a couple weeks ago, I was fucking tight. I'm like, and I called and I bitched out a couple people. One of them sitting right over there. And I said, you ain't doing your fucking job. How does this happen? How do we not get past the preliminary? So I said, fuck this. And I got on and I called like 4 or 5 more people who clients and their head got serious palettes. And now I have a BFF QC collective in my phone.
Okay.
They are getting batches every week and they are grading. And
Is that not helpful to have a team? I know you have a team. We'll talk about that in a second. But like, as somebody who's focused on the business and everything under the umbrella, right?
Bro,
to have somebody
so
that's just
helpful.
focused on that.
It's so helpful because I'm wearing 10 different hats, you know what I'm saying? As the face of the brand, as the CEO of the brand, as this guy, that guy. So to have these guys who are all they're focusing on is the weed, right? And is the smoke. And they're going through, they're grading it just how you guys are grading it. I don't really know if you guys really know the impact that you've had on the culture as far as grading weed and smoking weed, but you guys have had a huge impact. So even in my phone right now, like they're grading it on the same category. They're grading the shit on. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys for that shit. But yeah, bro, it's like, it's fucking serious. Like now this year, since that happened, because that's like an immediate slap in the face. I'm thinking I'm about to go back to the Olympics and take home another fucking trophy.
Right.
And to not make it, it was very humbling. And I was like, you can't let off the gas for a second with this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this shit won this competition and didn't even make it past the preliminaries unless a lot of more motherfucking gas is getting submitted to this competition. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting there and I'm hitting up Liz like, is this a fucking typo? And she's like, dude, Chris, I know, fuck, I was surprised myself. And I immediately got him. I said, this will never happen again. I need 8 of them.
Dude, it's a lot of things to go through in that kit. And I know a lot of people that weren't able to make it all the way through, you know, and the rate that you have to smoke. I'm sure some things fall through the cracks. So maybe it wasn't that it wasn't smoking. Maybe something fell through the cracks. You know, people have missed it by 2 or 3 votes before those Olympics qualifiers. It's tough.
Unless you've ever tried to smoke 163 strains in a week or 78 strains in 3 days, you really don't know what it's like. And it's so taxing on your palate that it's completely impossible for you to actually make an educated decision on something. You know what I'm saying? It's just too hard.
I'm going to come back because I want to hear about your QC process because I know it goes crazy, but we have a question from the chat real quick. We'll just, oh wait, let's get to we're going to come right back to this question because that one looks like a loaded one. I'm battling with your QC guys to get them on the set of the Rollers League. I already know they're busy. What does that look like?
They're backed up. I mean, so QC process is me taking down everything that's worth us smoking. So it'll normally be new batches of things, or if I know I'm going to wholesale it, I have a lot of weed at this point. We have a lot of production. So I'll set aside what I want Mike, Blaine, and Jesse to smoke now. And these guys go through each batch with a detailed spreadsheet. And obviously, you know, utilizing your guys' categories as far as smoothness, flavor, purity, all those. So like he said, exactly the same thing is this is a new way of people, you know, realizing what's a quality smoke. So shout out to you guys. But yeah, that's how it goes. I just pass them batches all the time. Right now they're backed up probably 40 batches.
Yeah.
So if you're calling them, then please stop. I need them to.
So you heard it here. If you're not seeing Rollers League episodes, that is why, but they'll be here soon.
But I smoke 5 a night. I smoke 5 a night.
Like the whole thing,
as the head grower.
whole joint?
Not always the whole thing.
Okay.
So competition wise is the only time I'll actually smoke the whole thing.
All the way
I want to
through.
see what gets to the 3rd round. The guys are smoking the whole thing. Me, I'm just making. I know what's good.
Right.
Yeah, my guys, they've told me like I only need like 2 or 3 hits, you know, before I know if I'm gonna keep going or I'm gonna just put it out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they're like I can take 2 hits of it and be like, nah. You know what I mean?
right away.
And they'll keep going. So.
Yeah, there's certain parameters. If it doesn't light right away.
Yeah.
And it's been cured, then no, it's
certain things it's cooked. Yeah.
There's certain things you know right away. Like right away, you're just like, this is not going to hit the mark. I don't care. I don't care at the 50% mark, the 3rd round mark, it's not going to hit it. There's other things that you hit and you're like, it's got potential.
Yeah, quarter of the way and it just pitches.
Yeah.
You said you had something to add?
Yeah, I want to add. So like The strains I run right now are the same strains, and they've been QC'd enough that I know they're good. But like when we popped all the seeds for the Rain Doe seeds and the Fire Belly Toad, the Ziggy Guy seeds, I invited some of the biggest players over to my office to smoke. There was like 30 guys there, the whole Ronin crew, the whole West Coast Connoisseur crew, Twist and Terps, you know, Packs of the Future. So when we're doing something like that, yes. But as far as batch to batch, Goss, Zebras, Parrots, and the other strains, no, not really.
Putting out 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And then lastly, before we get to this next question, what is the QC process over there at Up the Hill?
So QC is pretty rigorous for there's a team of 3 of us. It's me, Bryce, and shout out Mr. Petrolio as well, who does a lot for QC for us. So like you said, there's a lot of things you notice right off the bat. I had a roll the other day that got given to me as a gift. And, I was lighting it up and you got black smoke and shit coming off of it. You just kind of know right away, like, oh, this ain't smoking.
Mhm.
And, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, take a couple of hits and it just wasn't it. But yeah, QC for us, man, we kind of know right away. And it gotta have that oil ring, gotta have that white ash or else we're not dropping it no matter what. If it doesn't have the white ash, forget about it.
Yeah, because it's not that white ash is the important thing, but if you don't achieve that, that means the entire rest it's one box out of 99, but that one box can fuck up the other 99 because if you don't see white ash, that means something's not combusting properly. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we're only shooting for a 10 out of 10, and if it misses that one mark, that makes it a 9, not quite a 10. So that means we just can't drop it.
damn, I can't say I've ever had a 10.
Yeah, we're at an 8. I'm like, if it goes past an 8, I ain't dropping it.
I genuinely, 9 and 4.
I say anytime. Like I'm in the chat when it comes to New York. I know your brand popping in there. And the new up there talking like, you better go grab that shit. I guarantee you that
I can say this.
Guaranteed is up there.
I can say this for sure. Anything that he has ever gifted and been like, here, try this.
Smoking.
Never once has it been something that I lit up and was like, eh. You're always like, God damn.
The
bro."
only thing that was questionable was the Z that he entered the day before the 60K Z bracket.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
randomly found some shit the day before and threw it in, and he
Yeah.
knew already what was going to happen,
Yeah.
but just wanted to compete.
So fucking good.
Mhm. For sure. Let's get this question on the screen now. Sorry, DGR.
A lot of people want to know, does anyone at the table plan to bring back any old school strains? And follow-up question to that, are a lot of these old school strains, particularly they want to know OG, are they harder to grow than candies?
Or harder to make smoke?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, we have Durban poison. That's actually easy to grow. It's really like a robust plant.
Mhm.
But then OG is really hard to grow. Yes, but yeah, we have a shit ton of original strains. They just don't test well. So for rec, it's not that great.
I am actively looking for all sour crosses. By the way, anybody in the chat, feel free.
I got the original sour.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring back it's retarded?
It's retarded. It's retarded was the OG. No,
Oh, dude.
But no, that was another one. No, I want all the sour crosses.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
bringing back Daniel LaRusso, so that's our staple that put us on. It is, since we're talking about OGs, it is a GMO times OG, and then we're also bringing back our bonsai, which is our lemon tree times wedding cake. So I've had the LaRusso has been vaulted, and then it got sick, and so I sent it through 2 rounds of fucking tissue culture, couldn't fucking get her to act right, and then I actually went all the way out to fucking Michigan, to go re-grab her. So, but she's in a tent now, and she is very hard to grow. She cannot. She is a very generative feed. She's a hand water, which is what we were doing in 2018. All this the irrigation and shit that we're doing now with candies, she does not like that shit. She does not like it,
Interesting.
and she's a 12 weeker.
Not viable. Not
Yeah.
viable.
Yeah, and
I-
she's a 12 weeker. So
I wouldn't consider GMO old, but Up the Hill, you guys been fucking around with GMO, huh?
Dude, GMO is fire, man. Me and Bryce been fucking with GMO since probably college. So maybe we think we smoked it when we were like 21, and wow, that was one of the strains. Probably got still to this day the highest I've ever been is off GMO.
Interesting.
100%.
Okay.
As far as the strain that I'd like to bring back from like the past, Bring back some real form cut Girl Scout cookies. The one that really's got that
Mm.
really smell right out of the oven type of
I would
stuff.
love to see that
Love
done well.
again in rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we got one more question over here.
This is still on the same question, but the chat would like you guys to specify when you're saying that something is testing well or not well. What exactly are you referring to? Is it THC or what? What are you guys testing?
THC, unfortunately. So we're talking about recreational sales.
Yeah.
THC matters. It just is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it matters. But people will buy Blue Dream, 707 headband, OG
Facts.
before anything if it tests well.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of those don't test well.
I think that's something you guys need to really try to educate, these buyers at these dispensaries. And I think it's something that we all need to do as growers and as, connoisseurs of our culture, is start educating these buyers on stop buying weed off of THC percentages.
Well, dude, you know what's interesting about that? So I've sold to hundreds of dispensaries. My wife sells to hundreds of dispensaries. I know hundreds of buyers,
Mhm.
and a lot of them know. They like, oh, I know it's bullshit, but my job is to keep my dispensary in business.
Yeah, I
And
was gonna say
can't
It's the
te-
customer,
I
not
wouldn't-
the dispensary.
I
They
wouldn't
all
hear
they
that
all
towards
try
the
to push
buyer.
it too.
it's a lack of education part on the consumer.
consumer.
what
all we can do
happens
is shame them.
especially if if the
Shame.
Make fun
consumers
of
are
them.
our age or a little bit older and maybe they don't have the plug like they did when they were younger and all
Mhm.
they can do is go to the store, what strains do they remember? They remember
Yeah, that's
White
facts.
Widow, they remember Skunk, they remember Big Bud, they remember those older strains, and so they see those with high testing THC percentages, they snatch it all day long.
All day, yeah.
Person walking into a dispensary is not watching the show, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's
Unless you're shopping-
a heady community and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
people that care and know about it, but those people tend to be.
Unless you're shopping at Bright
I
Spot. Bright Spot has it
really
on the
think
big
it's
screen
just,
all
I
the
really
time.
think it comes, I really think it's more of a responsibility of us. We all post a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? But we're never really talking about this as much as we should,
Mhm.
because there's some fire, bro, that these customers and consumers can experience. But because they're so fucking focused on the THC percentages and not the terpene percentages or the terpene profiles or what those do, I think it's our job to continue to educate these consumers and keep educating them, because I'm growing some shit right now that I hate, but it tests at 35%.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's garbage.
Here's what we're doing to attack that directly, because we're definitely not by any means undermining how important it is to attack that issue. We created a new segment with Improper Doings called the Bud Tender Battles.
Mhm.
It's the same thing as the Rollers League, where the bud tenders choose something. So we go to, let's say, two competitors, and we ask their bud tenders, who knows the most about smoke quality in here, and what is the best thing smoking on your shelf at any price? And we grab it from each store, right? Date, whatever, doesn't matter. Harvest date, all this shit, because at the end of the day, it's not going against the brand. It's
Mhm.
not on their record. This is on the bud tenders record. So now the bud tenders have a sense of pride of, I know how to recommend the fire, or they get absolutely flamed for recommending some dumb shit that tested high, right?
Nice.
So they're the first line of defense coming to the consumer.
That's
They're the
what's
people
up.
talking to the consumer every day, and they're the ones just going with it. Yeah, this is the highest testing. Yeah, but if we get everybody worried on the front lines about smoke quality and what actually matters, then slowly but surely, I think that's going to infect the consumers, and that's the only way I could think of, aside from shaming people in memes and just making fun of people.
But they won't buy it up front is the problem. Anything at 20%, they won't buy. Like I can
Yeah.
put a huge list of SKUs out there.
Mhm.
Something's at 20%, it's going to sit on the side.
That's
I haven't
facts.
discounted.
Yeah, that's facts.
I'm not
bro.
going to discount.
I think
I know it's
I
better.
think-
but I know it's better.
I think it happened
was
the
selling
second
day
they
one.
started doing it. So the second they started, when did the
2018.
THC become important? Is that what you're asking? It was before that. It was
January 1st,
It
I
was
was
when
selling.
you couldn't crack the jar and smell it.
I remember when, I'm just going to use it for example. I remember when cereal milk and like Gary Payton drops and cookies, right?
Right.
There was such a big deal behind that. Right. If my memory corrects me, right? Gary Payton was 17.
It was 18, bro. It was 17, 18%, bro.
I mean,
That's a
hype
little
can
bit
carry it
different.
though.
Yeah, that's
You're
a little
100%
different though.
right.
This changed.
I
Gelato
think,
tell you.
I think that
18%.
particular scenario is shout out Burn. I think that's burned. Like his, Cookie and
That's
his
hype.
marketing. He at that point in time that you're talking about, he could have dropped a piece of shit in the bag.
That's
Well,
right.
we have a different
You know what I'm saying?
perspective, Paul, where you were selling to everybody before everything started getting stickered up with THC percentages, and we were selling to similar people.
Mhm.
And then as soon like January 1st, 2018, I was selling to over 100 stores in the rec market, like right away. And it was already a fucking problem. Literally day one of legalization, I'm going in places, THC percentage.
First thing they're asking.
First thing, yeah.
It
'cause it's
happened
the
in the
place they
medical
can sell
market,
them.
but it got
Yeah.
way
That's-
worse when it switched to Prop 64, and you couldn't crack, you couldn't have those open jars
Yes.
Yeah.
with the tongs, and you couldn't smell it. You can't
Yeah.
smell it no more. So what do you go off of?
That's what I was
The
going to say.
look.
Late
You know,
2018
it's
or
just the number.
2017, I'm duffel bagging still.
Yeah.
Nobody even asked me about THC.
When they were in
Yeah,
med
of course,
tainers,
Yeah, that's a good point though.
when they were in med tainers, like
Yeah.
in the medical era and med tainers, you could walk up and it would be like a little fucking pill bottle, and you'd look at it and they'd give you. That was the first time I ever even seen a THC percentage.
Yeah.
Was looking at a med tainer and being like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's the percentage of how much
Yeah.
THC is in there." Before that, you bought it based off look, smell, and maybe that your homie told you it was fire.
That was fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
They-
shop with
Word of
your
mouth
you
thing.
shop with your nose first.
Yeah.
But
that's a
then
fact.
once those numbers came up and you couldn't smell it anymore, it was dead.
Yeah.
Then that's the
You
only
need
thing they can go off. I don't even.
So we
blame
still
them.
got a lot of reform that needs to happen.
100%. So I saw a good question there. How do you handle QC in Florida or other states, out of state? How do you do that?
Oh wow, good question.
I got runners.
Yeah, and you're
We
out-
smoke batches.
Yeah.
I mean, we have trusted people in Florida.
Yeah.
Trusted people in these other states. You know. So that
Okay.
it's just,
I trust certain states.
Yeah.
more than others.
yeah,
of course.
It's just-
Yeah.
they felt
you
like
learn.
My Massachusetts guy, Breathe Free, who does work with Doja and stuff, like, all right, that guy grows fucking fire. I don't care if it's California, Mars, wherever.
And he
Like,
knows
Right.
he knows what
Fire.
fire is.
He
Yeah.
grows fire, bro. Like, I don't care
Mhm.
what it is.
Yep.
You could put that versus any Cali bat, anything, his shit is fire. And then
Okay.
other states, you're like, okay, this is, just sometimes people don't like when I say this. It's just business at some
Mhm.
point, too.
Right.
It's not art.
Right.
I'm here for business.
Business,
This is what good to them. Maybe it's not good in California to the people smoking gas and zebras and stuff, but to this market, to them walking into their dispensaries, this is the best that's available to them.
Yeah.
Like,
So I have we got one more over here.
For everyone at the table, who do you guys think is your biggest competition at the table?
That's a good
They-
one.
All of
playing
us.
him next.
Yeah, everybody.
whoever I'm facing next.
You got a mirror? What?
Yeah.
you got a mirror.
Whoever I'm
Yeah,
facing
that's-
next.
That's a
good.
tough one to answer
I
because
like that one.
it's just all fucking straight head stash, and
One of
it'll be
them in the next
decided.
round, that'll be my answer. Whoever's in
The
front.
nuance is what will decide it in this. It's really not. There's no smackdowns anymore at this point. It's coming down to nuances and hit per hit, point per point.
I felt like I
Yeah,
won the whole
so many
thing when I
different
beat Growing Pains.
And the
Like, it's
thing
just
is,
not
too-
fucking easy to win on this goddamn show.
One
I
thing
don't
I-
think people get that.
And follow up to what you just said, they also want to know for Adam and Paul, have there been any nuances, any surprises in what you guys have smoked so far in the bracket that you hadn't expected or that really stood out to you guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
in my personal opinion, and I think Adam will agree with me, everything's a surprise because Adam and I like to play a game when we do this, and we'll start and we'll maybe get through the first round and be like, all right, what are you thinking? What's standing
Who's
out to
gonna
you
win?
right now? And we'll talk amongst each other about, okay, this one we think is the one that's going to go far. And this
Had a
is
stroke
why.
real
Had a
quick.
stroke, and this is why. But we're never right.
We're
fucking
literally wrong
time,
all the
every
time
single
about
time
this
we'll be like,
shit.
oh, this one's going to win, and then it'll go on, and then we do the match, and we're like, how the fuck did that just get beat?
Just happened in the hash bracket. Both of our picks are out now.
That's why
Didn't
the
make it to
side by
semifinals.
side is so important, is because you can think on recollection of, oh, this one was better, but
Mhm.
until you put it next to something and smoke it next to something, you truly don't know.
And what I
Hey,
thought was
yeah.
interesting about the nuance of what is currently at the table right now is when B-Eazy went up against Honey Bananas, it was an interesting one where the first round was weak. The second round was like, oh shit, there's fucking flavor now. And then the third round, it just peaked. It hit its
Yeah.
best thing and it actually swept the last round against Guz, but Guz got the first two rounds strong.
6-1, not 7-0.
6-1. You're right. Yeah, that's this is disrespectful. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
He's like,
my
yo,
bad.
chill, bro.
Yeah, Pat Gus for good luck.
But and then so it was interesting. Not a lot of weed in the third round gets better, right? And then we smoked the MLZ, and it did the same thing. So I immediately was like, "Oh shit, how does this go now?" Because it had a little bit of a slower first round because it's really fresh, and then the second round was like, "Oh shit," same as Honey Bananas, and then the third round it was peaking. And so we're like, if it goes about the same way, it'll come down to the second round.
Yeah.
The second round really will probably decide it between you guys because your first round is ridiculous.
Same thing versus Cirillo. I lost the first round, won the last two. It changed after that.
Well, yeah, and surreal, yeah. I mean, or you mean exotic? Exotic matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Exotic
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. about
Yeah.
that.
Well, an exotic matter, bro. Well, yeah, it's so tough because yours was also fresher than it
Yeah.
smoked completely different the second time you smoked
100%.
yours. We got another question in the chat.
How important are matchups? Would other brands still be at the table
Very important.
if the
Fuck.
matchups had been different?
I think potentially there's some that
Very different.
I don't know. Actually, it's hard to say because it's like we have to side by side it when they're all this good.
I don't know that it would have went the exact same way with the original matchups that we had, but going back to what B-Eazy said when we did have to pivot and change matches, what does it matter? Because you have to get through everybody to win the money anyway. So
Yeah.
whether or not your matchup got you to the quarterfinals or the
Matters
semifinals,
on your record, I guess.
yeah, I guess
Your
yeah,
win-loss
helps your
record.
It helps your record.
Um,
One thing I wanted to add though, real quick, before we jump back into this, just for all you guys, because I know you guys sit and watch us score this, and you guys see these scores at the end of like 18-4 or whatever it is. Just know that like when you guys hear those scores, because you got beat out in certain categories, it doesn't mean that it's a huge
by 0.1.
9 times
No,
out
yeah,
of
of
10.
course.
It is the
On the 9 to 10.
smallest microscope of a point difference that changes it. And I just think a lot of people see the points at the end as brands and are like, fuck, how do we get beat 18-6? And it's like, you don't understand those categories that you lost in was by a fucking grain of sand.
A
Like,
good
it's
example
not
was
huge.
Highmart when he lost to OGCM.
Yes.
He was
yes.
potentially maybe one of the top 4 smokes of that bracket.
What strain was that for him?
93 octane.
93.
Yeah, I heard fire. things
And
like that.
it was blowing. And then Big Smoke actually got online and was like, "We fucking mollywopped you, blah blah blah." No.
Yeah, no, you
It was slightly ahead in most categories, just slightly ahead. A noticeable difference, but not enough to where that other one wouldn't be straight head stash. Also,
Mhm.
so the score looked crazy, but it was extremely close. One of the closer ones of the whole tournament.
And I don't know
The
that I
point
can say this for all brackets, but for in particular, this high rollers bracket, like everything in here was a small amount to get beat.
Yeah.
It was nothing blew anything out of the water in this competition.
For sure. What were you about to say,
I
Dan?
was saying the point system is everything in this competition is what we've actually looked at. We had better batches that we would prefer to smoke that we did not put in. For instance, the Lululemon batch I had, fucking
It's a
stupid
great
head
strain.
stash, but this MLZ is just, you can't compete with it in the
Which
second and third round.
categories? Oh, it's the second and third round.
Yeah,
that
just,
talking
goes.
about
just
longevity.
explosion of flavor,
Mm.
which obviously
Longevity
that's
then.
like the wow to start
Yeah.
off. That's what I
Right.
want. That's what I want. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
like the smoothness and purity on the MLZ is unmatched.
Yeah.
No, he's kind of saying he's right, because I remember when I was in that 2 out of 3 round battle and we lost the first round, I said to everybody in the office, I go, this is a fucking math problem. Everything's a math problem in life. There are 3 rounds to this solution. You have to figure out, they're telling you the scores, they're judging the categories. You have to figure, you only have to win 2 rounds. You're not going to win all 3. Do a math problem. Get the terpiest shit you get that can win stain, coating, smoothness. You just got to win 4 out of 3 twice.
Mhm.
It's just a math problem.
And I think I think it's
And-
dope when we start to see these different brands gear their shit for
Mhm.
QC around that, and are like, we know what they're looking for
Yep.
now, so now we're gonna hunt different.
Yeah, because
Now
we're like,
gonna
bro,
batch differently.
how else can we do this, right? We have to look at every observable metric
Yes.
humanly possible to analyze smoke quality, right? And then from the first hit to the last, analyze it and everything in between. And if we were sitting there on these close ones and we're trying to recollect and we get to the end, which one's better? If we didn't have those scorecards,
No way.
Oh yeah, fact.
we're lost
No
in
way.
the sauce. I
Yeah.
forget where I'm at. Sometimes I'm just blacked out smoking, just literally like focused on the differences. And I forget what brands.
And
I'm
you would
even
go off
smoking
your
now.
last hits, like your last few hits.
Mhm.
You'd forget
Off
about
hit.
the first round.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Very
The
quickly
recency
that way.
bias might have
Yeah.
had honey bananas in that third.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, if we weren't
100%.
tracking every single hit throughout the whole time. So, you know, that was our thing with this is obviously we talk a lot of shit about other competitions, not the people that run it, not the people that compete in it, but the structure
It's the
of the
format,
competition
yeah.
objectively. And we're like, how can we just do this in the most fair, transparent possible way?
No,
It's the best
and to
way. It
add
happens
more-
in fights all the time.
Mhm.
Same thing.
and to add to what Paul said, I've literally redone my whole menu because of this show. Like I discontinued like 6 strains because I would not put them on your show.
That's fucking
And
It's fucking sick.
now everything I have, like if somebody ever says, "Yo, I want to do a 3 strain battle 5," okay, I can do it. I'm not saying they'd win, but I have 5 confidence that you're gonna have to really bring something to beat them. Like, you know, so 100%, that's so true. I've completely changed my menu because of that.
That's dope.
That's fucking dope, dude. So, Chris,
Yes, sir.
there's been a little bit of fucking chatter in all the comments. You got this person talking about
Oh,
they
yeah.
did Blue Foria. You got this person saying we did Blue Foria. It's ours. We helped. What is going on with
Clear the
that?
air.
Can we? And if you need to get your boy in here, please, by all means,
Yeah, he
give him the
you
mic.
know he definitely gonna he's definitely gonna add his 2 cents into it. But yeah, come on.
Yeah, you can come over here if you want.
Yeah, you
Come
come
on
over here
over.
for a second.
Come on over, Hood.
Let's put it to rest.
Yeah, we definitely want to let somebody know.
It's really Phil and Good Greens. That's who really started it. And they're the ones responsible for breeding it, and really Kush Alley and Maven help pheno hunt it. So this is a team project. It's not just a one person thing.
And what the fuck was that guy's name?
I don't
There
even
was
know.
Cloud
roundtable
Crafter?
selections.
No,
not Cloud.
And then
Crafter.
Sergio
I think
from
Sergio's a part of it.
Sergio's
He is a part of it.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
He's a part
Shout
of
out
all
to
of
Connect
creating all of
Community.
this.
Sergio's a
And
part of it.
Connecting all of us so that he could get the genetics in the right people's hands.
Dope.
That's the one thing I feel like he does well in this industry. So, I mean, big shout out to Sergio.
Shout out Sergio.
But who was the guy in the comments talking about hitting Bobby saying
There was somebody, I
Bluephoria is my
remember, yeah.
creation?
roundtable selection.
Round table selections.
No
Yes,
part
I
of it.
know
Round
that,
table
yes.
selections. You
To be
had
honest with you, I don't even know him.
You had nothing
Yeah.
to do with Bluephoria. I did talk to Sergio. You had something to do with another project that Sergio was doing with another genetic, but it was not Bluephoria. So let's clear that
Was it
shit
the
up right
same
now.
Crosses, but just a different like.
No, it was two
batch of
different
seeds, or what
genetics.
do
I
we-
think
okay.
I think
the
he
common
did
denominator
he
was
did a great gas.
There
It
you
was
go.
another great
Okay.
gas
There you go.
Great gas is in
combination.
a lot of things.
But
Grape gas glitter bomb, right?
yes.
He
I think
probably
the
saw
glitter
us
bomb-
reading off the
He-
tail of the
yeah,
tape,
he
and
saw that and probably
part
saw
of the
that and
cross
was
and
like, oh,
that's
yeah.
mine.
Mm.
But there's a grape
Yeah.
gas LCG out there too.
There is.
Yeah.
I know
And that's what he
Elusive
is
grows a grape gas
responsible
LCG
what-
right now.
Roundtable's responsible for it. So,
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
the
That
Bluephoria
makes sense.
It's not that. It's a Runs S1.
Yeah.
It is not the LCG.
Okay. Yeah, I just
Oh,
want to clear
the-
that up. I know
the-
genetics
yeah.
get, dicey. There's
Yeah,
a
of
lot of
course.
different stories around it. I just want to make sure everybody gets their credit and doesn't get any
And when
undue
you win,
credit.
they all want a piece of you when you're winning.
You know, the homies.
That's what
hit-
happened.
the
They
want a
homies hit
piece
me
of you
right
when you're
away
winning, my
because
dog.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's-
even see it.
That's
You
what
know
happened.
saying?
You
They
won,
was
and
in
then
the
next thing you
comments.
know, comments are coming
Yeah,
out.
the
We're
homies
part of
hit
that
me
team.
Like, yo,
My
hold
cousin
up.
helped bred that.
I'm like, yo,
No,
let's
he
make
didn't.
sure the people who
Sounds
actually put in
like
the
some
work-
drama weed. I'm gonna need
Yeah.
that cut.
It'll start selling now.
That's so good.
So, real quick, speaking of drama weed,
That's the best video ever, by the way.
did you get first crack at Guz, the genetic, or what is the story on that?
Wow.
Like,
Just right put me on the spot.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go.
You know us, bro. You know
Talk
us.
about it. Tell
Look,
it.
you can say the brands. I'm not calling anybody out, but yeah, another brand. Jamie brought the whole phenos to somebody else first.
Okay.
Yeah, who is a very big brand, and whatever one reason or another decided not to. Maybe he had other options there. Maybe he had just too much going on, but it obviously benefited me.
That was very diplomatic, Bobby.
Guz to the-
That
That was very
chat?
diplomatic. I like that.
Have we introduced Guz to the chat?
Chad
on my
wants
lap
to know
earlier.
where
You
Guz
did?
is.
Okay. Okay, no
Oh,
worries.
man.
So
But yeah, somebody's seen it. Like I said, in whatever things are meant to be, and I was able to get it. But yeah,
we've put his life in danger now. I know you mentioned a couple ones ago, if he lost, he was going down. So has he made it far enough in the tournament now to
no, Gus
be
is
marked
eating steak
safe
every day.
from
Gus is good.
euthanization?
Gus is good. The
Gus
streets
is
love
good.
Gus.
Steak every day.
The streets love Gus.
he put the pressure on. He's
Hey.
like, if we lose right now.
I was feeling like Ron Burgundy when he walked in, but then Gus
Oh,
is nice.
right.
Not off the freeway, bro.
Right.
Off the bridge.
The streets love Gus. He's good.
Yeah,
Dave
Gus
Watkins,
is dope.
what do you love?
Good boy.
That's so funny.
The
dog.
Where's Cali Plug with Cheeto? We were gonna have a face-off, little
No, they
Michael
would've
Vick
fought. Gus
action.
don't like people or dogs really.
Okay,
not
what's
good.
the question here?
Yeah, for the people who came in late, there's some people saying Guz is here. Show
Gus
Guz.
is here.
Where's Guz?
Gus
Guz has
is
a lot
here.
of fans in the chat right now.
Gus, come here, big dog.
There he is.
OG
There
God.
There he is.
He knows. If you look deep in there, he knows what's gonna happen.
Lock it out, Gus.
See him?
You're talking about the
You
loss or
won't
the
even look at me.
euthanization, bro?
Eyes off the enemy.
Oh man, dude. And I got a question for each of you guys now. What strain in your lineup would you say has the best chance of beating your current selection? We'll start over here. If you had to pick one and it had to beat
That's
the
tough.
MLZ, what
That
are
was
you?
your question or the
That's-
chat?
that's-
That was a great fucking question.
Thank you,
I
bro.
would have put it in, but I'd say 707 headband.
Okay.
You have that?
Yeah, I have that.
Okay. Blowing.
Blowing.
Okay. All right.
Man, we have the pineapple Ziggy guy. We got the Versace times Z. That shit is blowing like crazy.
You got to pick one, dude. Pick one Pokemon.
Versace Z.
Yeah. Okay. QC said it from the back.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Versace Z.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I get a lot of good Versace's that I get in the mix. I do a lot of those. Those are some of my favorite performing packs. Shit, if I had to pick a banger right now to go with one, ooh, that's better than the Zip. Shit.
Maybe not better, but the best chance of beating it.
Best chance of beating it. All right, I have some. You know what? This is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but I got some fire biscotti that gets me high as fuck.
Hey, bro, that is not unpopular on this side.
He-
Over here.
It's psychedelic, bro. Like I have some real deal fire old school biscotti that hits like it used to, like the first couple of
The original
Fire.
2017 biscottis that we got, there's nothing that can match that. That will go down as probably one of my top
Legendary.
5.
I still would like to side by side it with the
Fucking
recent
crazy.
shit. You know, because I wonder all that shit back in the day that was like, this is the best thing in the world.
SIBO.
We're like, is it or is it not? Because you know, there's some Zope batches where I'm like, that was better than anything. And then I try more and more. And I'm like, was I tripping? And then I'll try a batch and be like, oh, no, I wasn't tripping. This
Yeah.
is kind of like what it used to be, you know? And so it's so hard to say.
I feel like they were way more expansive, which
Yes.
might be a negative in
Heavier.
this competition because you
No,
might.
expansion's
No,
good.
we're gonna add
I mean, for you
expansion as a
guys.
category.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
On the after this bracket, we've decided we're adding expansion because
complexity.
the Hurt So Good is good.
Complexity, yeah.
Burning, stinging.
But it used to
would be a
just-
good one.
You know what I mean? It was just.
But that cough that you were getting was from an expansion, and that's fine.
I still
with that.
feel it
But
every
not
once in a
having
while,
issues
but
with
it's not
that.
the same.
If it's here or in my nasal tract, then that's
No
a
good.
problem.
Or a bad irritation in the
Yeah.
lungs, like a burning or
Yeah,
something.
100%.
You can be completely painless and then just be coughing from expansion. That's the Hurt So Good. That
Yeah, I
feels
love that
good to
shit,
cough
yeah.
like that. You know what I mean?
But it's going to affect your next hit. Just the coughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it I guess it can. There's been like, for example, in the hash bracket, dabs are a really good way to look at this. There was some papaya that was 0 expansion and just left me hurting. You know, it was just like a harsher, irritable like type smoke.
Yeah.
No expansion though. I didn't necessarily even need to cough it. It was like sharp. And then there was some that were so heavy and expansive, but it was smooth.
That
It was there was no burn. The resin farmer, the Mixed Light Z, what's another one? The Happy Hour was super expansive, very heavy, but it was smooth. The oil tanker from Hash House, there was like a lot that it brings the Hurt So Good without the Hurt So Bad. It can affect a little bit, but like for example, the OG bracket was one that really showed us that we could be coughing, you know, the whole time from expansion and not have it really fuck up our like smooth sensors, and it still feels smooth in the last hit because it's a heavy smoke going through a whole OG bracket.
Yeah, you get it from OG. We got the hardcore OG. That's
Yeah, and then to the last hit, just like wow, like what the
Yeah, the
fuck?
difference is that good expansion, like you said, like you can still hit it. You'll continue to smoke. You're almost searching for that expansion again, like that Hurts So Good. But if it hurts your throat, you don't want to get that shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm done.
We got to ask. Almost forgot to ask you what's taking out Guz, if anything. You think?
I mean, I want to say zebras, but it's what he said earlier. I would, based off the scoring system and that whole situation, I have a strain that I call octopus. That's Lululemon.
Okay.
So I might lean that because like just off the
Stain.
math problem, it's going to be hard to beat coating, smoothness and stain. Like
I don't usually get much coat off of lemon strains, so that's interesting. Besides certain crosses,
A lot of
You know
them
what I mean?
tend,
Stain.
a lot of them
Stain.
tend
More
to
of a
be
whiskey
wispy.
staining,
Yeah, they tend to be
intense.
wispy, mustardy, more of that like
and that
high
shit
stain.
fucking
not like a mayo.
smokes.
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe that.
got a
maybe
sativa
zebras.
bracket
I don't
coming,
think
bro.
any of them are beating it though. To be honest with you, but
Yeah.
maybe the Lululemon one.
Okay. Well, if you had something that you knew would beat it, this would not be.
Yeah,
a
no, for
competition. So, no,
I
that's
think the
a statement. It's a
Lululemon
good
is
question.
really, really good.
shout out Fire Farmer. That one
Yeah,
is
for
fire.
sure.
Yeah.
And then lastly, bro, I got one last question for you guys, and then we'll give the chat a couple more chances at some questions. But if you win, so let's say this wasn't Monopoly money. Let's just pretend it was real money, because just in case the IRS is watching, this is Monopoly.
I'm paying taxes on it.
Okay, to be fair. Well, we can't pay taxes. on fake money.
Can't pay taxes on fake money.
But
I pay taxes.
if hypothetically, what are you doing with it, dude? We'll start over here.
I'm paying a PG&E bill. That's one of my bills. That's it.
There you go, dude.
Damn.
All right, cool. So it would sponsor what, February potentially?
I'm gonna chop it up with Young Killer, with Young Zach over there, because he's the one that kind of pushed me to do it. You know what I mean? We actually kind of came into it together, so we're gonna chop it up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Love
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Brainstorming needed.
Zach's over there like, fuck yeah.
And then B-Eazy.
I mean, I'm taking the fucking money and running. No, I don't. Gus eats good anyway. I cook for Gus twice a day. I don't even cook for myself twice a month. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm taking the money. I don't know what the fuck we're doing with it. I'm going somewhere nice and warm and tropical.
Let's go.
Bet. Have you guys talked about what you would do?
No, I haven't spoken over with Bryce yet, but chopping it up and splitting it amongst the team. So and then going somewhere nice and warm where the service is nice and the food is good.
Let's go.
That's a fucking
Okay, hell yeah. Well, shit, dude, that's all my questions. We'll take a couple more from the chat if you guys have any that we haven't asked yet. But we have today, don't miss it. We have at 6:30 p.m. Dave Preferred Gardens going up against Gus B-Eazy. I should say MLZ Preferred Gardens, not Dave. That is going to be a fucking banger. I'm nervous.
I've been seeing a lot of Z's and P's up there, so shout out you guys.
Yeah, hell yeah. Chat going crazy.
Chat's crazy.
It's interesting. It's like a suicide mission for us, right? So we got B-Eazy over here stirring the shit up on the internet. You know what I mean? Just fucking causing mayhem. And so if B-Eazy wins, right? Everybody's like, you guys are fucking pieces of shits, right? If Dave wins, you guys are rigged because he's in NorCal. So we're walking into a suicide mission here.
Cali Plug brought that up first.
Hey, everybody did at this point.
All
But you know what's funny is, have we ever even hung out outside of business? People think we're friends.
No.
Legit,
And I've
like-
lost so many goddamn times. I used to hate the shit out of you guys.
I was trying to think about that too. I was like, no, we haven't.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a NorCal privilege. Let's put that out there for sure, because I bet you there's more Sacramento growers that have lost on this show than anything.
Yeah, there's no
we can
such thing as a privilege, period, with us.
We have a question?
Who do you think is winning in a foot race?
Chris Ball. Come on. What the fuck question is that? Guys, are you watching the fuck? He's a former football player. He's a football player.
Chris is like, let's line it up.
Look, my man's a wrestler here. We're both wrestlers.
Maybe a takedown competition.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Fair enough.
I'm taking down motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
That-
Next question.
not me. Put it that way.
This one's specifically for Dave. You've continued to shine light on Mix Z. How does it feel changing Adam and Paul's minds?
It's
Oh,
amazing.
Mix
It's
Light.
amazing to show the world what Mix Light can do. Honestly, it's the best. And shout out to you guys for doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an eye opener.
For letting us be in with Mix Light. It's kind of
think-
cheating. I think when we're done with this, we'll probably retire Mix Light.
I think you guys
Z.
have
Makes like Z, huh?
you guys have
That's
changed
horrible.
the game in the sense that you guys have turned a lot of people that doubted that outdoor Mix Light could be better than indoor. Whereas Adam and I were two of the only ones on the horse forever being like, I don't know, if you could figure out a way to do it with the sun, it would be better, you would think, right? Like,
It was just a hypothetical thing
Yeah.
where, like, in theory, the sun in a protected environment shouldn't hurt it. It's everything that indoor has plus a better spectrum that was meant for the plant.
Yeah,
but
we're
it's-
indoors. You walk into a door to the greenhouse. You know what I mean? You got lights. You got your HPS lights. You got all
There's
the
no wind,
controls.
dirt.
We just
dust.
have one thing that's extra.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Looks like we have one more chat or one more question from the chat.
So obviously, a lot of monopoly money on the table, which means a lot of pressure on Adam and Paul's shoulders. When did you gentlemen begin to trust Adam and Paul's judgment?
Somebody asked me this today.
That's a
So
good
somebody
question.
came by my
I
office
asked
and I
myself
told
that.
him, they were like, he was like, why do you trust those two of everybody? And I was like, well, first of all, they built the platform over time. They've smoked everything. And just over time, what you guys doing what you do, people have learned to trust it. And I think once all the big brands started getting involved, whether it's Dave, Chris, everybody here, or the Tenkos, or the Green Dogs, and everybody else, and the Wizardries, it added that much more validity to it. Like, if the biggest brands in the world trust them, and they trust them enough to put money on the line, like, okay, these are the guys for it. Like, you know what I mean? So I just think longevity of doing it, like when you guys made this, I don't know if it was your what you thought it would turn into. I don't think we never expect this to turn into what we all
No,
thought.
it was just
think it is
Mythbusters.
now. But it's just the natural progression of things if you really think about it. Like, you start with Mythbusters, it's one person entering to see if it's good, and then you made a bracket one day, and like, what's the next evolution of it?
yeah.
Somebody's gonna be like, yeah, it was me. Like,
$1 million.
let's put
brand.
some money on the line because we all got a little bit of ego.
Shout out to you for starting that. by the
Yeah.
way.
You know, but
Put
like,
up 10K first.
we all got the ego. We all are blessed, you know, to be in this game. Yeah, fuck, I'll throw 10K up. I'll throw 10K up. I'll throw 10K up. It's the natural evolution of it.
Speaking of trusting us, the very first person to trust us with money on the line was you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And I believe you were like 1 in 3 when you put that money up,
Yeah, it wasn't good.
you know? And so that's a lot of people could be like, oh, these guys are just fucking stupid. You know what I mean? With 3 losses. I think you had 3 losses too, and then went on like a fucking 7 or 8 fight win streak after that.
Yep.
Yeah, when I first trusted you guys was when Blueprint lost. I truly didn't trust it before that.
Yeah, bro.
You guys were business partners. It was a big loss. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was a
Guys are
big
not
one.
fucking around.
And I was pissed because they entered Chef, which anybody that smokes Chef already knows what's good.
Yeah.
Smoking.
It's ridiculous, right? So it wins the first bracket we ever did. And I'm like, of course, fuck. You know what I mean? Like legit, I was almost rooting against it because I'm like, everybody's gonna think we're biased.
Mhm.
It was just better. It went up against the fuck brand. Old smalls of some, I think, what was it? Like Lemon Up or
It was
No, it's something
his.
citrus.
It was the cream smoothie.
yeah, it was some, but it
the
was
cream
like
smoothie.
oxidized brown smalls of it, and it was still close, but it won. It just fucking won. And in that same tournament, my wife entered Maid, who she's a part owner of, and she got knocked out round 1 of round 1.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my wife. I could have been easy about it and tried to smoke through it at least and give her an L, you know, let the brand keep its dignity. It got knocked out in the first round.
I remember hitting it and looking at Adam and going like this, like, oh fuck.
Well, beforehand, I was like, bro, we got to just, you know, I already told her the deal. She tried to get me to help her QC for it. I was like, nope, she entered the wrong strain. I could have stopped that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She had a better smoking strain. So it is what it is.
Yeah, for us, it was for me, it was last year at ZA. I didn't even know about the Proper Doinks competition, you know, at ZA Olympics beforehand, before we were there. And they're all calling me, going, "Oh, we're in the fucking finals." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" They're like, "We're going against LA Family Farms with the Yuzu." And I'm like, "But the event's not till tomorrow. Like, what? I don't understand. Like, what do you guys?" They're like, "No, the Proper Doinks, the smoke." So then they put me onto it, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then when we lost, and then I saw Joe sweep, that's when I was like, "Oh, okay." And then we came. I think you guys came in second for best terps, and then we came in third. And I'm like, "Oh, these guys judged that before the show?" They're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, then they legit."
But you know what's interesting about that? For the first time, we had covered them for 4 years, right? And for the first time, probably 6 or 7 brackets, for the first time ever, they had us put a QR code in the judges book to go over our criteria, how we judge it, how we roll it, how we smoke it, and everything, and how we look at it. And for the first time in history, our vote lined up with the public vote.
Coincidence? Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
not.
see.
That's fire though.
But yeah, but that's what got me.
And then,
Yep.
real quick, before we get to the next question,
And then, yeah, I know Bryce has been in contact with you guys for several years now.
first featured episode.
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, definitely. I think first time I ever met you guys or heard of you guys was a couple of years ago. I went to an event. Shout out Good Pizza. You guys were good pizza in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I pulled up to that event, and you know, maybe about a year and a half ago, we were in a competition with B-Eazy in the finals with the composition book and our Galactic Warheads, and truly that was honestly life-changing for us. You know, I had so many people tap in with me for the Galactic Warheads, the Zith. Right now I got so many people hitting up my phone for the Zith. I'm trying to get enough packs for you guys to, you know, make everybody happy and shit like that. So yeah, you guys have really done a lot for us, especially within like the past year and a half. It's really been life-changing.
Well, I
So
just
shout
wanna
out you
say
guys.
Before we move on, Adam and I fucking appreciate the fuck out of your guys' vote of confidence in us.
Yeah,
It's dope.
no, it means a lot
Yeah,
for
it's-
sure.
it's dope.
And we would never do anything but just be fucking off the hip
Yeah.
and legit with it.
A win on the show can really change the course of your brand.
We've seen some crazy shit happen off of a couple
Yeah.
of wins.
I think
Our shit is
really
changing.
Yeah.
Our shit is changing, bro.
No,
It's changing.
I think it really helped me a lot easier transition from a package and candy guy to where I am now. Like, I think winning on your show validated that. Okay, you know what? Maybe he's more than that. You know, with the Zebras winning and other strange winning, now the Gus, like, whereas people would just constantly label me as this candy guy. Winning on your show, like he said, really changes the plane of your brand and the public perception.
That's dope.
I
That's all
find
we ever wanted to
myself,
do.
You know, fanning for you guys. I'm literally out there. I told 2 people on
Yeah.
the way over here. They're like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to PSN." They're like, "What?" Going down, I'm pulling the shit up. They're like, "Oh, send me the link. Send me the link. I want to get involved with that. I want to follow that shit." So,
That's
no,
dope.
I don't think you guys actually know the actual impact that you're having.
Yeah, it's
You'll
real.
Find out.
It's
super real.
sick because we were just literally chilling on a couch one day because we were doing duels together,
Mhm.
competing against each other for like 4 years before we started like an actual production of it. And we literally were like, all right, bro, everybody's gonna hate us. We're gonna lose all our relationships, and people are gonna think we're this and that and the other. We just gotta. I got you, you got me. We'll get on there and spit the truth, and we'll see what happens.
That's
No
so dope,
expectations
bro.
from it, and it just escalated. But
That's so dope.
we have one more question from the chat. Looks like.
So before we get to the pinned comment, we do need a clarification from Dave. A lot of the chat would like to better understand for the people who aren't growers, just consumers, who don't understand what mixed light is. Can you please clarify
it's-
what it is?
Yeah, it's grown in a greenhouse with artificial lights and the sun. So that's all it is. It's really just there's a full indoor facility, but we have the option of opening up a curtain to allow sun in.
And the problem with outdoor is the dust and the debris and the bug shit and the rodent hair
with
and
mixed light, there's
you know,
filtration for the fans that come in.
protection
There's a
from
lot
the
of- there's
elements.
A lot of things to protect it from.
Yeah.
You get to choose like the roof open or closed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I
So
want to say
I can black it out and make it indoor too.
Right.
But, you know,
That's fire.
the sun batches come out better.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I didn't know it was like a baseball stadium open.
for it being a mixed light facility or whatever, mixed light, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it.
Shit's an indoor.
That
indoor.
that facility
It's fucking
is cleaner than 90%
Oh,
of
I can only
actual
imagine.
indoor facilities that I've been
Mhm.
to. When you walk in it, the
Yeah.
cleanliness in that facility
You can
is
cook in there.
insane, dude.
No, for sure.
We got another. Oh, the follow up question, the pinned question.
Yep. So this is for everyone, and we did touch on this a little bit earlier, but for the people who jumped in since, how do you feel about the brands, or what do you have to say to any of the brands who claim to be running the game or the industry right now, who still have yet to put up any flower in the competition?
No one knows you.
He said no one knows you. I love it.
I mean,
I
what-
think
what I would say is, who the fuck are we, right? We're not the end all be all of like what's fire or whatever. All we try to do is represent the consumer at the end of the day, because we don't feel the consumer that cares about smoke is represented at all in any competition in the industry. I don't think there is a competition that exists that truly represents the 2% niche smoker, which is who we started this for, not for the thousands and thousands of people that watch but maybe don't smoke like us. We are doing this for people literally just like us who don't bargain for art. We'll spend anything on, we're not going to lowball a farmer. If it's fire, name your price, and we got it. And that's the people that we do it for. So, and they have very high standards. And when X person keeps winning fucking this or that competition and we try their shit and it's smoking like cardboard, we're like, who is making these calls? You know what I mean? So it's not like we're saying, yo, we're the end all be all of what's fire. We're not. I appreciate like the community and like showing up and how much people value the show. But at the end of the day, it's just, we're here to represent the consumer, and we'll keep doing that. So if that means a lot to them, then fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know? We got another?
This one is for Up the Hill. Is Bryce not here because he's currently beating someone's ass?
Training to be
You know what? He's out in Arizona right now kicking some ass. So yeah, shout out Bryce. But yeah, I'm here representing today. I know someone pussied out at his fight that he was supposed to have in Maine. So he's got a fight in Temecula this weekend. So yeah, he's gonna kick some ass this weekend.
Fire.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Shout
Let's
out
go.
up the hill.
Hey, so
Bryce.
since you're his representative, we're gonna be starting the Industry Fight League, the IFL. Will he main event for us, bro?
Let's get it.
Will he pull up?
Let's get it. He will. He
And
will.
who
He's
the
down.
fuck-
He's with the shits.
Is there a fighter his size that's anywhere close to as legit as him in the
What's
entire
his fight at?
cannabis industry?
185?
185s. Yeah,
Wow,
correct.
Dude.
Juan was 185.
I don't know if he's.
Yeah, he fights at
185.
185s.
The other dude
I
that
would
can think
say
of that's
I don't-
Probably
I think-
170.
I could say he probably
170,
walks
yeah.
at 170, fights
Yeah,
at 55.
he
probably.
cut weight
For
too,
sure.
right? To fight.
We got
Juan's a
another one.
legit black belt, though. That's a dangerous.
Who else do we got in there
bro.
that's a beast like that?
I don't know. I
Right.
genuinely want to know. We got another one.
Dave,
Adam
you've
and
been
Paul.
fighting. You've been punching the bag a little
How do you
bit.
not let your personal
old now.
preference influence your final judgment? Personal
love this.
preference meaning what you smoke behind closed doors.
I love this.
So I'll take it first and then you can take it afterwards. It's like Adam said, when we were going side by side in the beginning before any of this shit started, and we are just grabbing batches and going side by side and talking with each other about, well, you like this one more? I like this one. Well, why is that? And then we start to break down the why. And then it's like, well, that's subjective. That's just because you particularly like that strain. Let's take that factor out. Let's look into these categories. So when we started doing that and taking personal preference out, I'll tell you right now, probably 80% of the shit that wins is not my personal preference for smoke.
Well, and that's the main thing for me is everybody knows that watches the show, I hate citrus stuff. I hate citrus stuff. Jack, anything like that. Most sativas I hate. How many sativas have won our
A
brackets?
lot.
Because my opinion on a certain terp does not matter. It's how much flavor is coming through. How pure is it? We started looking at like, okay, it doesn't matter if we like or dislike something. Somebody else might like it. So
Yeah.
if we want our shit to mean anything, we can't just do this isn't the Paul and Adam's preference show. This is objective smoke qualities that you can measure as a human being that we like to say are objective.
Yeah.
You know, it's subjective is preference. Objective is which one is harsher. You know what I mean? Like that's really hard to fuck up.
Yeah,
You
and
can
that's-
tell side by side.
That's the birth of the actual criteria that we use, is us sitting down and saying, okay, not subjectively, is this one smoother than this one? And then you hit it. No, it's not. This one is smoother. Okay. Hit them both again. Are you tasting anything in the background? Like it's just that constant repetition of doing that over and over again until finally you start to pick up on all these different nuances every time you smoke. And you're just like, well, this one's this or this one's that.
Ruben, can you pull up the rules for the chat viewers real quick, just to kind of show them what happened or what we're, that's the hash hole. Let's go right.
I want to ask
there.
for an in-depth description of minerality.
Yeah, I got you. Can you pull up those rules? Like, flower, yeah.
I'll go first and Adam can elaborate on it. But
Oh, go ahead.
okay,
Yeah.
I was just going to say minerality is, it is a texture, and it is basically like, if I had to explain it in a flavor for me, and this could be subjective, but if I had to explain it in a flavor for me, it's like a chalky substance. You guys ever eat
a
Tums? You ever eaten Tums
minerally-
before?
Yeah.
Every day.
And then on top of your, like when you
Looking
touch
for
your
it.
tongue to your mouth, you can feel like this chalky film.
Mhm.
That's the minerality.
It's a
Is it
chalky
freshness
texture.
or is it something
No.
different?
No, it's
No,
not.
it could be old ass
Yeah,
weed.
it's
It
not.
could be, and you know what? It often comes. You know when it presented itself. I never noticed minerality until first 2 years of us posting about white ashes. Everybody called us retarded white ash heads, and because they didn't understand what we were actually saying. We were saying this is the best smoking based on these categories. This is the best smoking thing, and it happens to have white ashes. Once people started realizing that was true, and they stopped calling us retarded for it. Then they started trying to pump like Cal Magger. I don't know what they fucking did,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden a wave hit of now ash color. Yeah, some shit. I don't know because I'm not a grower.
Bro,
all we could say is,
make
as a
all your shit
consumer,
I'm called
We
Dave
noticed
about that shit.
and it was disgusting.
I think that's probably what
It was offensive.
Inception.
It was the new bag appeal, because now the new bag appeal is oil ring and white ash, and people don't understand that is not what matters. That's a byproduct of hitting the batch right,
Product,
and it
yeah.
happens to burn white
But
because
that,
of complete
that
combustion.
minerality is worse with things that are burning super white.
Exactly, it shows up there.
The reason why is because exactly
So it's
what
like
Adam said.
nutrients based, too
When
much
we
nutrients.
first
or
started
whatever.
much
screaming
nutrients.
about white ashes, it wasn't because of anything except for the fact that we noticed it was a byproduct of something that was fire.
Mhm.
Anytime we smoked something that was amazing, it just happened to be this bone white sand castle structure.
Mhm.
There wasn't not fire with white
Exactly.
ash.
At that time, that's how you
Now
kind of
there's
knew. You
fugazi
get something
everywhere.
and it burned white, you'd be like, damn, this is smoking. Then once everybody figured that out, and like he said, they started pumping shit in it. Now you got fugazis all over the place.
Yeah.
Now you got to sift through to see what's what. Now all white ashes isn't smoking. Actually, I'd say the majority of it probably isn't smoking.
Yeah, 80% of it
Yeah.
honestly tastes like chalk. It's gross.
I think it's magnesium chloride, and then I also think that the pool terps is hypochloric
Cool
acid.
water's a big one, dude. That's
So
the
there's two
grassiness.
things that a lot of growers
Mhm.
push for the white ash, and those are
Yeah,
both
Double of them.
involved.
and it shows up a
Both
lot.
the problem, and when it burns white and tastes amazing naturally, that's the batch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
If you don't
agree.
have
There's-
anything that's not burning peppery or chalky, then you're doing some cheater shit, and you're gonna taste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
facts.
We got another question.
We got a couple. For the table, who would you trust, or would you trust any other competition with monopoly money that doesn't judge like Adam and Paul?
No.
I say who I wouldn't trust. The Billies.
Say that again.
But I still start with who we wouldn't trust, the Billies. Yeah.
Would you trust
Repeat-
any other
repeat the
competition with
question.
money on the line?
Monopoly
Monopoly
money.
That's not Adam and Paul.
No.
Probably not.
No, you got a monopoly on the situation. There's nobody else.
I honestly there's a couple people out there that I would trust, not established competitions,
There's people's
and
ballots.
and we've recruited them to the network for their own shows. You know,
There's
that's
100% people that I trust, but they
Yes.
don't have a competition.
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
No,
The Olympics is the next best competition.
100%.
Yeah.
Sure, they're
Yeah,
they're
sure.
off the hook.
and that's what
1,000%.
people
But it's a different way. Like live competition, side by side with another opponent that's amazing is fucking unmatched. I don't care what anybody
Can't beat
says. The feeling that you get from it, I feel like it's probably similar to walking out to a fight and jumping in the ring. It's crazy.
Definitely
That's the
similar to
Minus
thing.
the dying.
People don't
almost.
get the
similar to walking
feeling
out.
like as
The
a
feeling
brand
is
in it. It
yeah,
is so fucking
it is-
intense.
It is
Good.
definitely
It's
like
good.
playing.
Bro,
And as a
it is
professional athlete,
intense, dog.
Crazy feeling.
Exactly the same.
Wow.
And then when you win,
Exactly
you're like,
fucking same. we won. We started screaming. I ran down the
Yes.
facility.
whole team jumping and
Instagram
hugging.
rant.
Bro, what?
So we got one more question or another question here from the chat.
So for Dave again, we can also talk about it with the table, but there's been a lot of interest in
It's your
the
boy.
concept of mixed light in the
Who?
chat.
Mario.
What
it's your
currently
boy.
prevents a greenhouse with full mixed light control from becoming the standard?
Yeah, why isn't it yet? Why isn't it
prevents
the
it from
thing?
coming to the
Yeah, like
standard?
why is it
Why
not
is it
the
not
Honestly,
standard?
it's the most challenging
Yeah,
way
it's
to
hard.
grow
It's fucking
by
hard.
far. It's really, there's a lot of variables on the outside and you're trying to control that every day. So you'll see me, I'm 24/7 on this thing right now. I'm playing with my controls. It's really challenging. So if you want to like give up on everything and focus on one thing, then that's the choice. But not many people want to do that. It's a challenge. Indoor is so much easier.
Do you have to adjust it like throughout the day if the weather's changing, like type of vibe?
My controls kind of adjust on their own,
Mhm.
but yeah, I make adjustments. Like if it's raining outside,
Yeah.
I got to open more vents. I got to turn up more heat. I got to do weird things to
Mhm.
make it work.
Makes sense.
You don't
It's a
want to.
challenge.
You don't want to thank your boy Mario for the question.
I plead the fifth. I'm being good today. I'm in a very positive state because I got to give up positive energy.
B-Eazy
to
and
win
Mario are
tonight.
good homies,
I like
guys.
it.
They're
Yeah, you know, I'm
We're
in a
very
positive.
close.
He gets a pass
They
today.
go way back.
man. So, are there any other questions from the chat? Did we miss anything, Monica?
I'm still catching up a little bit, but we do have one for B-Eazy.
Yeah.
Did you ever smoke?
Yeah, of
And
course.
if you did, do you feel comfortable explaining why you don't currently smoke?
Of course I smoked. I was smoking an ounce a day, and then one fucking day I thought I was having a heart attack. So life suddenly changed. I was sitting at the office next door. We just finished smoking a blunt, and for like 2 minutes I felt my heart dropping. I didn't say anything because, you know, I'm a guy and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. And then the shit started really dropping. And I told Hector, I'm like, bro, I think I'm having a heart attack. And I sat down he's like, oh, sit down, breathe it out. And after 5 minutes, I'm like, bro, no. I got to go to the ER. I think I'm dying right now. So we went to the emergency room. They ran every test, nothing, completely normal. A week later, I smoked that whole week, by the way, without nothing happening. A week later, same thing. I smoked a blunt, the same feeling happened. But I was more used to it that time, so I didn't go to the ER. The next day, I was smoking on the way to Equinox Hollywood. I felt it coming on. I never felt that in my life. I thought I was fucking dying right then and there. I was on the phone with the guy at the ER, like, yo, I'm dying. I'm on Coldwater Canyon and whatever the cross street was at the fucking gas station. Send an ambulance. I
Damn.
thought I was done. My heart was coming. I was driving before I could pull over. I was like sitting up in the chair. I felt like I was holding my heart in my hand, like it was out here, and I was
So,
like,
with that being said,
done.
stay
And then, not to
tuned.
cut you off, but the last time I smoked was when Elusive called me and said, "Yo, the 19 is ready." I was like, "Fuck it, bring it to the crib, bro. I'm gonna roll it up in the garage." I was leaving from Miami the next morning. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take 5 hits. That's it," because I hadn't smoked for 25 days at that point. I took 5 hits. I didn't think I was having a heart attack. I thought I smoked crystal meth. My mind wouldn't shut off. It
Damn.
was insane.
So you guys have to catch the episode where
Yeah.
B-Eazy's going to guest judge soon. He's
I
going
got
to
a
break the
huge,
tea
huge
break.
collab coming out in the summer. One of the biggest collab I could ever wish for in my life. I think I'm going to smoke it.
I wonder if
Come
you had,
smoke
like,
it on the show.
What did you
I wonder
smoke
if you had
when
like
that
a
happened?
change in your
The first
metabolic
2
structure.
times was my living soil guy. It was a Z cubed the first time. I don't remember the second. Maybe it was like an Oishi. The third time was Zebras. The fourth time was Gus.
I was just wondering if it was
So
like a
all different
specific thing,
strains.
'cause that-
Sativas get me
2
going out
different
like that.
growers.
people just go off the
No,
wall.
not sativa. 2 different growers. One living soil. The first 2 times was living soil. The second time was cocoa with Synganic or whatever. So it's like there's nothing really there.
Something like chemically or metabolically changed in your
But yeah, well, the last time when I did a test, they said I had hypothyroidism. So maybe that could do because that can bring on like anxiety.
I just got diagnosed with that
Yeah.
right after we came back from New York for
From the
420.
Billies.
Yeah, and then
he
like
was running around pissed
Bro,
off at everybody with t-shirt.
I'm running around in a t-shirt. It's 52 degrees in New
Sweating.
York
Just
at night.
sweating.
Everybody's wearing coats, dude, and
Yeah.
I'm fucking sweating my ass off.
crazy, and then
New
like
York. Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me.
you know, in full transparency, I asked people close to me if I should say that I'm not smoking anymore. You know, like, yo, B-Eazy, like, is it bad that I don't smoke? And then I thought about it. Like, I think my people who support me and love me, like, as a consumer, they like me because I'm so passionate and I'm raw and I just say what's on my mind. And I decided to say it publicly because, you know, it was just me, bro. Like, I'm going through some shit right now. People know my drug addict story. They know my kidney story. It's just another story. So I think people relate to it. And let me tell you, bro, when I made that fucking post on Twitter, you'd be surprised how many people it's happening to.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know?
Well, good for telling your truth, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
smoking. Everyone
Yeah, not
knows I
faking the
didn't-
funk.
yeah.
Trust me, I
Everyone
want to
knows-
smoke. I would love nothing more to roll up a blunt of Gus right now and fucking get stoned, but
Everyone knows my story, bro.
It's
I didn't
not in the
smoke
card
coming
right
in.
now.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't smoke coming in. I was the CEO who
Mhm.
didn't smoke. I
Yeah.
flat bags. I could tell you if weed was good or not just from breaking down.
yeah, that's how I
everything at a
feel
fucking
right now.
100 million grams since I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
But I got into it now, and I'm glad that I did. You know, because the guys have taught me, you know, how to smoke, how to light a doink. You know what I'm saying? Let it cool off. Don't
Yeah.
see that red, like let it settle, get the flavor, like all that shit. So I did it. You know what I'm saying? Not smoking. Every interview I went on, they're like, "You don't smoke," and I'm like, I was publicly out with it. Like, nah, I don't smoke.
Like, don't get me wrong, I have fears and
fine.
stuff, like, in the sense that, like, you know, I selected the 19 out of all those phenos. Like, I didn't let nobody smoke that shit on my team except for me. So yeah, there's that fear of like, yo, we're reversing the 19 right now to a bunch of shit. And like, my fear is like, bro, like, is somebody gonna be able to pick out, like I would have picked out? Like I told you, there was somebody very recognizable who passed on all those phenos before they got brought to my office. Like, but yeah, I do have real fears like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, I love the homie Twist and Terps. He has the best palate I know, but at the end of the day, it's B-Eazy's logo on the jar.
Yeah.
Like, you
That's
feel
your
me?
name on the line for
So
sure.
yeah, I do have those fears. Like, I'm not afraid to say that.
We got another one.
Any collabs coming up or exciting projects? What can we look forward to from you guys in 2026?
Oh yeah. We'll start over here again.
Rosin.
Fire,
Dropping that. That's the next SKU. We got some crazy fire rosin.
fire.
Okay.
A collab or just fire rosin?
Just for yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Just a new
in-house.
SKU.
Yeah, same. We're gonna be dropping rosin. Ladybug 420, Dr. Ladybug 420 will be making his return
Super fire.
back to the rosin.
Legendary.
Under BFF.
Speaking of GMO, the Ladybug GMO,
yeah.
That Ladybug.
world class.
Yep.
GMO.
And you know, just we have a lot of collabs coming. I mean, ever since this, you know, we've got a lot of collabs from dope ass brands and dope ass breeders that want to fuck with us. You know, Hood Baby, his shit is dropping like crazy. So
yeah.
we're excited.
Yep. Yeah. Rosin pens, those go like crazy for us. Once we got those rosin pens, those things are a hot commodity. Just got to find the right hardware for them. So we've been going through about 100 different hardwares. So we've been QCing through all of them. So hopefully, you know, within the next coming months, we should have some dope fire rosin pens for everybody.
Nice.
For me, reversing the Gus and crossing it to a bunch of shit. The Gus rosin. And bro, I have a huge collab that's on my personal resume of things I've always wanted to do with the Gus. I'm gonna let I haven't even said it. I don't even know if I should, but I'm gonna have Al Organics grow the Gus.
Let's go.
Oh,
Little
Yeah.
small batch edition.
Shout out the homie Al.
I'm giving him a tray at the end of February at Gus. He's gonna grow a whole room of it, and the rest should be fucking history.
That's exciting, dude.
That'll be
So,
crazy.
Like, that's a big boy collab, and I'm blessed to, you know, I'm happy about it, to say the least.
Okay, bet.
I will smoke that, by the way.
There we
I
go.
will fucking.
Got to
smoke
do it on
that.
film.
If
With
I
us.
die on camera,
Make an
I went out
episode
the right way.
on site.
On site. If I die on camera, I went out the right
At
way.
least it'll be good ratings.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll take care of Gus.
I'm gonna charge you for that show, though. You got to pay me. First one who wants me to smoke on their camera with them, you got to pay me.
We'll put up a tip link for you, dude.
Yeah.
Medical bills.
Go fund me.
What we got on the chat.
For Adam and Paul, will we ever see a rollers bracket for the growers?
What do you mean a rollers?
Yeah,
oh, like
I
the
would-
growers have to roll.
I'll take that right now.
Oh,
This is from Like Mike,
dude.
by
10
the way.
bands, 20 bands.
This is from like Mike.
From your boy,
Like
like
Mike, dude, with the question. Hey,
Only if they
I
roll
think-
up.
I think
I don't
he's-
grow.
I think the question was which like growers against each other who can roll.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It would
Yeah.
have to be an in-person pull up and roll.
I would
it
have to
on
see them
camera.
roll.
It should,
Yeah.
be, it should be brands too. Not
You can outgrow
growers.
Ryan now that he's a
Yeah,
grower.
Brian.
You can outgrow Ryan. Ryan
rolls in a different way.
joint.
But he does.
He does roll a good
But he's
joint.
fast. They're not as.
I think
Yeah.
They're judging it.
all.
I think I'd win.
Fire.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll-
every shit
I'll
you
put
roll
up-
is
I'll put
bone
up-
fucking
I'll
Remember,
white.
put up-
craftsmanship's 1 point.
Yeah, South Central Gardner. He's
I love it.
my growing manager. I'll put him up.
That's
Okay.
fire.
That motherfucker he got fingers.
We got another one.
Do you guys think that cookies as a genetic may have any opportunity for a comeback wave in the next years?
1,000%.
If it lands in the right hands.
it needs to land in the
There you
right
go.
hands, and
They got the custies all day still.
Oh,
Don't
100%.
forget about it.
Everybody
Yeah, they put a
loves
high,
cookies.
too.
Everyone loves
Everywhere.
cookies.
Worldwide.
Yeah, and
What it used to
everybody,
be.
everybody forgets too. You know, I know that we've gone really far in this industry now, but everybody forgets. I'm just gonna keep it real here. They started this.
Oh, you
whole
mean the
branding
real
shit.
cookies brand?
Yeah, cookies. They started this whole big branding shit, dude. Like there was no big brands in cannabis
No,
before
facts.
cookies.
That's fact.
Yeah,
Like,
shout out
The
Burger.
marketing, the everything, like the,
Say
the
what you
way
want.
that they went about it. You can say what you want about him and his team, whatever.
No, he's the GOAT.
They
Nah, he's the
created
GOAT.
marketing gold.
I'll play devil's advocate. He's the GOAT. And what they do is amazing, but it is a new timeline.
Of course.
Now,
Oh, it's new now. Mhm.
Well, you know,
You
what?
know, I think you have to be in touch with the streets. I'm gonna keep it real with you to an
100% you do.
extent. And
Mhm.
I think
But the genetic itself, we're talking about.
no, they were talking about the brand. I thought we were talking about the cookie
No,
strain.
he's talking about that. They were talking
Yeah.
about the brand or about the genetics at first, and I said 1,000% it
Yeah.
can come back.
But you
And
got to
then
get
somebody said
you know,
something
the
right
streets
hands.
got to tell you what's
did get both
popping at the end of the
questions.
day. Like, is it on those London boys menu? This, that, like that. If it ain't on there, bro, they're not gonna come back. Like
Right.
it's just the truth.
Mhm. What we got?
Slightly diverting from the High Roller press conference, but what happened to the pineapple pizza for JB?
We need to get
Yeah.
Good Pizza is avoiding this pineapple kiwi pizza. It's not just pineapple pizza, by the way.
Yeah.
There will be kiwi on
What
it
is
as
it?
well.
Pineapple kiwi.
So they had a duel.
I remember
First
this.
smoke of the day
Yes.
versus Good
Yes,
Pizza.
I remember this.
Good Pizza lost a close one. It was a very close one. But it was an anchovy pizza the loser had to eat,
Yeah.
or a pineapple and kiwi pizza for JP. So JP lost. Now he has to come on the show live, eat a pineapple kiwi pizza.
And he's been ducking us like the plague.
He's one of these guys who don't like pineapple on pizza.
Oh, bro, he's,
He's a real
Italian, New
Italian,
Yorker.
bro.
I don't give a
fucking-
fuck what that
real-
means.
real-
I
No,
was raised-
it's like a cardinal sin. It's like ranch or something.
Yeah,
It's like, get the
no,
fuck
it's
out.
not.
of
No,
here.
it is. I will tell you,
Bro.
for somebody whose family is Sicilian, it is 100%.
Yeah, that's
fucking-
Bro, listen, you
Yeah,
put a
yeah,
nice
that's
fucking
bad.
pepperoni, jalapeno, pineapple pizza in front
I'm
of me.
with you.
That shit's going down.
I'm just not
He said
Italian.
that shit's going
I'm just
down.
not Italian.
That shit's going the fuck down.
Fucking that up for
Hey, my
sure.
boy JP, he really ducking. I don't think he's ducking. I think JP.
JP,
is
they're calling
JP's
you up,
ducking.
bro.
JP, I'm telling you right now, you're ducking.
busy. JP.
Absolutely.
That's so funny.
I would say connected. No, well, that's kind of intertwined. I mean, you know, in a sense, connected was growing for
Connected
cookies,
know
but
what?
in terms of who branded first. But no, I mean, the branding side of it was
I will say
Burner,
this because
you
once
know?
again, because like I said, I was one moving all those black bags back then. In the very beginning, when you were getting them, all those black bags were branded cookies.
Listen,
It wasn't until
Connected
later.
made most brands.
It wasn't till later that they
Yeah.
just became black ones with the actual connected
Yeah.
stickers on them.
They made most brands connected.
I think we have a good one coming up here. Let's hear this.
Just the chat's still going off about the pineapple pizza, and they're suggesting now that if he doesn't do it by the end of the week, bananas get added to it.
Oh,
that's a good one.
that's
And every other week, another fruit.
We could
gets
do
Yeah,
added to it.
yeah, I like it, dude.
every week a new fruit. Let's
Yeah.
run
Yeah,
that.
let's
Yep,
run that.
Great.
that's in
Work.
stone. Next question.
Back to the high rollers bracket. Was there anybody in the bracket that you did not want to go up against first?
Ooh, I think there's probably a common denominator answer.
Yeah, I didn't want to go up against Joe. I didn't want to go up against LA Family.
Who he went against.
Yeah.
So I went against.
Well, not first, I guess.
Well,
but
after Surreal, but I was like, damn, here we go again. Fuck.
I wanted all the smoke. No. Truthfully, I did not want to go up against Wizard Trees first.
yeah.
And the Tide Banger. I mean, fuck.
the debut of it too.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
I hate to say it because I don't want to gas his head up, but fucking preferred. Because like I don't mean no disrespect because I think they're my favorite brand in the world. Like I think Gus would have beat the Tie Banger. I was kind of confident in that.
I could see that. I
Um,
actually
I didn't know
yeah.
what he was going to enter, and I heard people talking. You said it earlier. You had like a Durban poison,
it was
and, like,
one plant from seed.
right? And it could have been something so unique that like it just shines through. Like you know, so and your shit smokes, obviously. So I was a little bit nervous of that. And like you said, I knew the Zang Banger was, I had smelled the number 8. Julio 9 Weeks Harvest showed me the 8 like 2 nights before. You know, it's fire. Don't get me wrong, but
I think
the
you
guys
would have
can beat
won the second and third,
Yeah.
and I think he would have won the first.
Yeah.
His first round.
No, you
of
said
the
wow
Tide,
every time. Yeah.
It was the best first round in the entire tournament by far.
Yeah.
That Tide Banger was so far, like that was, it's like it was the first round fighter
Mhm.
that if you get out of the first round, you'll beat him, but good luck getting out of the first round because he's just like a bull in a china shop. That's how that first round was on the Tide Banger. And then, he's just, once that thing gets dialed in, it's
And I think
Do
the
you
Zit
think
is
it- you
also
think
the
maybe
most
it was
low key
because
underrated.
you guys had it for so long? Because I know Scott had said like he was the first one to.
I understand that. I don't think so because we've had a lot of weed that,
Ours is old. Yeah.
yeah, and yours was fucking blowing. Yours is maybe the oldest in the bracket
Right now.
potentially.
Dude,
Sure.
There's plenty of weed. 5 months later, we would spark up some Lindy and it would just be
thank you. We found a
blowing
bag
the
of
whole
Lindy
way.
from one of the
So-
best batches of Lindy that we had, and fucking we had apparently tucked like a QP of it somewhere or something, and found it in his house one day. It was like 6 months later. Rolled it up, fucking blowing.
What do you think
Was
the
it in a
peak time
Grove
is?
bag?
Is there a certain
I
one
think
for you?
strains are different, dude. I think
Yeah.
certain
Was it in
strains
a Grove bag though?
I think
It was?
it was.
It was.
100%. 100%.
when it was blowing, it was in a
Yeah.
Grove bag. Yeah.
I
Cool.
think-
I'll tell you actually, sorry to interrupt you. This is actually very important. We broke it down. It was like 20 pounds. We broke them down into turkeys because it was 2-pound Grove bags. Fucking annoying. And we'd always have to split them up.
Yeah.
And we moved them. It all came back because everybody's like, this shit is not smoking. I'm like, what? I just smoked it.
Yeah.
And then we smoked, like, oh my God, it's not. So we put them back in Grove bags, let it chill for like 10, 15 days, tried it again, smoking again. Everybody took them back.
Yeah.
Fact.
Everybody went and picked them up again.
It's a
We were like,
factor.
what the
No, it is a
fuck?
fact.
Dude, that's when that was our come to
If
Jesus
it's gonna
moment with
sit,
Grove bags.
then it
Yeah.
needs to be in a
Rainbow
Grove bag.
chip.
100%. That should keep them
We maybe need to try
for
that.
at least 3 months. It'll keep it fire.
I
And,
think
and
the-
that's from that batch is what we tried 5 months later. It was sitting in a Grove bag.
I think the longevity thing, though, obviously I'm not a grower, so I don't know, but I think like the longevity thing seems to be more of strain specific.
Mm-hmm.
Certain strains and genetics will last for a long period of time.
Yeah,
They have
without a
longer
doubt.
shelf life, whereas Skittles, as
The
everybody
Z
knows,
does it.
it
Starts
does not
turning
have a long
quickly.
shelf
Yeah, you
life.
want it
you know?
fresh too,
OGs.
though. You want it
Yeah.
fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, you want the Z. as
Permanent
fresh as
marker is
possible.
going to get brown and burnt out after a month.
Candy
All oxidized and
within a
shit.
month starts to
Yep.
turn.
We got another question?
Question for the table. How would everyone feel about entering in a bracket where everyone was given the same cut?
Okay, we're actually doing
We're doing that.
What was
Yeah.
the question?
So we're
Everyone
doing
gets the same cut.
Right.
everyone
Same
gets
cut.
the same cut. We're
Breeder, yeah.
we're talking to a couple breeders
Hard
right
to
now
do.
to figure out who we're going to do this with. We're trying to talk to breeders about unreleased cuts where your
Unreleased?
entry fee to get into the competition covers both the entry
Cost of
as
it.
well as acquiring the cut. And so we go 6 months or whatever, people need to get a couple runs in with it. And we plan the bracket out of as many people with that cut as possible to see like who is growing that cut the best. The
Like-
hard part is what cut do we all agree on growing?
It'd be cool to
Will
do
say
like,
it needs to be something new. It
Yeah.
has to be something
Yeah.
Because
Something
if
that
I've been
nobody's ever
growing it
grown
for a
before,
year,
yeah.
you have an
Yeah.
and then
advantage.
you give me the same cut, and it's like,
Mhm.
all right, cool.
Well, it's a thing we're trying to because we're like, we're putting the growers on and the brands on and stuff, and we're sitting there trying to think what can we do for the breeders, and so that's what we're doing. Is there's a whole series of basically a month worth of content or more if you spread it out over the 6 months, where we're just focused on that genetic, and if it's really something special. That's ideally or anybody really that has a specific, like let's say Surefire wanted to do a Guz drop or
Mhm.
whatever
Mhm.
with you and everybody grabbed the Guz or like the Tide Banger or whatever it is, right? Just putting light on an unreleased genetic, and whoever was growing it obviously can't compete. So we do have that coming. We'll see who wants to participate in it, but yeah, that's coming. You have this other question on the screen here.
What do you guys think about the new Toad crosses coming out
The new who?
From
Toad
brands
crosses.
other than Ronin
specifically
Toad
and
crosses.
Hash Tribe?
and Astra.
Everyone's got the toad now. It's kind of now it's just boring.
I think Craft Farmer is hilarious with he was like, I'm going down in the Hall of Fame for buying someone else's shit and selling it. I thought that was the funniest quote of the year, damn near. But it's okay. I hate to say this. And before I say this, I want to say I know you're cool with them. And they're really nice guys. I talked to them, the Ronin and Hash Tribe. I still don't know. There's like 5 names on that bag.
Ronin, West Coast Connoisseurs, Hash Tribe.
Kush Clinic. There's so many
Kush
names.
Clinic is right.
Cut right.
I I don't even know,
No,
bro.
that's a op.
I'll say this about them. Pai Chu 4 was
Forget about
one of the
it.
top 5 smokes of the year from them. That was incredible, and it could maybe be top 3. I'd have to side by side it. All the frog, amphibian, cheat toad, everything else that I've tried outside of that camp has smoked better than theirs, in my opinion. I haven't tried one thing outside of that camp that hasn't smoked
Well, it's
better
lost-
than their toad venom.
It's lost 2 different
4 times it's been
Oh,
on our
4 different
show, and
ones,
4
okay.
times it was mid.
Yeah.
We've had the soil, the cocoa, just objectively, they're great dudes. The Pai Chu 4 was literally one of the best smokes of the year. It's the most memorable, probably top 3 or 5 smokes of the year. But whatever we ended up with, which every time it was, oh, that last batch wasn't the batch. This is the one. And it would just be mid. Halfway through, it would fall off a cliff. In the beginning, it was like, okay. But frog poison from, I think it's North Bay Gardens. I don't even know who's who with the amphibian shit. We just
Dank
smoked the
Mob just had a good performance.
Yeah, Dank
Which
Mob
one
was
is
another
that?
great one.
from?
Cali Plug, if you know, you know. All those guys are putting out fucking heat. The frogs are kind of taking over. To be honest, everybody with a
Is
frog.
it easy to grow or something? Is that the thing? Like
I just
Is it
it's
yield?
in flower
Frog and
right now,
toad
so I
are
don't
two
know
different-
100%.
I
Two
seen
different
Wizard
ones.
just cross
think
tied
it's
to
the
it.
same.
Like that'd be
Frog
cool.
and
like-
toad, or is it
I think it's the same thing. It's just
Same
trolling
thing.
each other
They
with the
troll each other,
name.
Yeah.
okay?
yeah, but you guys said it was completely different weed.
Toad venom.
It
frog
like
poison.
it expressed differently,
Okay,
but it looked exactly the same. And
Okay.
it turns out the next, like one of them had like an icing candy vibe to the earthiness.
Mhm.
One of them was just straight like funky earthiness.
Yeah.
We're like, this is candy, this is earthiness. The next batch that came through brought out the earthiness more. And I don't know if they pulled it later or earlier. You know how like Z can get more peppery or more sweet,
Yeah, of
depending if
course.
you missed that sweet spot. It was probably something like that. Looked the same, smelled way different. And the more candy one, the more candy smelling one usually tended to smoke better for some reason.
So from Cloud Mav, when are we getting the Blue Zushi versus Tide? And follow up comment, they are not going to stop asking until they get it.
Early February. We can just
Is that
We can
from
just-
Tenko, or
now-
can I get in on that too?
I'm trying.
Do you
too,
have
Dave. You're gonna
one
wait
of
in the
those?
fucking line.
okay. We could maybe get a look. That it's a sticky topic, right?
No, let them
because-
go. Let them go.
Because is it
I'm
this or
second
that,
I don't want
line.
to butt in and
I'm after Scott.
take it. You know?
look? Here's what I'll say. I don't know if we'll get that because I don't know if either of them are putting a ton of weight on Tide or Blue Zushi, right? I don't know if they're necessarily putting all their weight behind that, but what they all have
The Phenos.
is the phenos
Mhm.
of Blue Zushi and Tide times something. Tenko has like 80 phenos that he's coming out with early February. We might do a pheno bracket on the Tenko phenos. We offer that now to breeders where we'll do a bracket of 8 to 16 and make a proper selection of the best smoking pheno
That's fine.
and cover the selection process.
So
Everybody wants their crown.
You know,
Yeah.
and this is
Shout out to
internal,
them.
right?
Everybody
They're-
wants their fucking crown.
They're not losing to nobody. It's
You, know,
just
you
it's
gotta
just what's
respect
the
it.
best
Like, it's
selection.
out of love. It ain't out of hate. Like, yo, everybody wants your crown.
Yep. Yep. So they're going to be, I know Wizard answered the challenge that Tenko put out.
He's
You as
best
well.
to do
everyone
it
here.
with all the phenos. So he's best.
And they
at it.
both have a common denominator, and they're both, right
Yeah.
at the same time coming out with all these phenos. So I do think we'll see that
Yeah.
early February or late February.
That'll do numbers.
Well, shit. Look, guys, it's been a long one. You got a plane to catch.
Flight, yeah.
He's
Oh,
literally
shit.
flying
This is
home
my
right now.
first One, I had my wife do it right now.
Are you guys doing it here? The
Yeah.
Yep. And
At least I know where to find you if I lose. I'll be right back.
Easy's gonna come stomping over, dude, in the third round. Dude.
A rock
Gonna
comes
bring me some
crashing
more
through the
blues
window.
or what?
He tosses Guz's carcass through the window.
Damn.
I told you.
Right?
So-
I'll take him.
So check it out, guys.
Well,
6:30 p.m. is going down. Semifinals number 1. We got B-Eazy taking on Preferred Gardens for a second time, a semifinals rematch. Tomorrow at 6:30, we have Ball Family Farms taking on Up the Hill. A lot of good battles. We're getting down to the end of it. Don't miss it. We'll see you then. Thank you guys for pulling up,
Yeah.
Of course, thank you. Thanks
guys.
for having us.
Appreciate all you guys' time.
especially flying in from
Appreciate you
fucking
guys.
NorCal.
Oh, yeah.
shit, Dave.
And I know the homie Phil has a newborn that he was able to part with. I know how hard that is, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
Thank
shout
you
out
for
to
popping
Go.
down
The
here.
whole team does whatever it takes.
And
love that.
before we get out of here, we have
Fire.
one more thing.
Very last question for Dave. Dave, will you be watching the upcoming bracket from the plane?
I pray that the fucking internet works and all the things happen.
From short flights, sometimes they give you no Wi-Fi and
It's
no
gonna
short
be
flights.
insane.
They do.
Yeah, that
Then you realize
rig,
how long
I'm
45
running
minutes
down,
feels
running
like.
down the hall.
Especially
Fucking,
when your shit's up.
Yes.
You don't know if it doesn't work.
Oh, wait, let me show my chat.
oh yeah.
We blow the fuck up.
It's on the line.
Let's get this fucking
Tonight we
money,
figure out
chat.
I think
who
we
is
need Buzz
advancing
one more time.
to the
Yeah.
finals. Let's see if we can get a zoom in here.
No fucking pressure. I need that paper.
One last look at it. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't miss tonight, 6:30 p.m. We'll be live. We'll see you then.
Yeah.